Well, here we are, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. It's me and Gab. It's the Mike and Gabby Show. We finally made it. Made it. My chat box isn't working. Oh, no, there it is. The chat box is working. It just took a second. I thought the chat box was broken. We made it. Hey, Steve. Mr. Gabby's in. Vaxus, back to Mike. Hernaldinho. Hi, guys. Big Martin. Yeah, this is the Mike and Gabby Show. Clay Play, thank you for joining, and thank you for modding for us today, Clay Play, because this is going to be a hard-hitting journalistic episode of the Mike and Gabby Show, so we might not be able to always look at the chat. So appreciate you modding for us. But I mean, we can both talk about it, Gab. I don't want to take over, but I think this is going to be Fridays, isn't it? From now on, we're going to try and do.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Mike and Gabby Show. We've already been streaming together on Fridays or Thursdays for what feels like most of my adult life, but has probably only been about 6 months.
7 months.
7 months. Oh yeah, 7 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Xander.
Nearly half a year. Over half a year.
So I think this whole idea came out of the fact that we started streaming with other people as well. Like we started playing games with Zion and Charlie and Georgie and Katie, and it's just great to have other people on and while we're playing it, so it's not just us playing games all the time. And since we are incredibly well-connected people and we know some extremely interesting people, we thought that we would turn it into a bit of a sort of podcast, sort of talk show kind of thing.
A little chat show, yeah.
Pretty much it. Of course, our best guest is Day's guest, which is the guest right below me, in the box below me. It is the Artful Gabby.
That's me.
Welcome to your own channel, the Artful Gabby.
Get the camera, Mum. I've made it.
So yeah, we're going to be doing some just chatting to get started, just to make sure everything works, which it seems to be. Thank you all for joining.
Let us know if something's going wrong. That's kind of why I'm the first guest. I'm the test rabbit.
You're the crash test dummy, and then I think I'm gonna be crash test dummy next week, possibly.
Yeah.
If you fancy.
In case there's any issues that we need to fix, we'll fix them for next session, and we'll interview Mike.
Yeah. Who's
probably going to be a lot more interesting than I am. And then
I don't think so. I think you're going to be very interesting. I think this is going to be a good day, especially because you're going to be playing Planet Zoo, which I'm quite interested about, because I don't think you've ever streamed that before, right? So
I've streamed it once before with my mum.
Oh,
the Artful Mum.
Right, the Artful Mum.
Yeah, but I haven't streamed it properly. So I've pre-bought some animals ready, so I'll make a zoo while you grill me.
Well, so the chat saying that Gab should have been on top. It was only that when Gab very kindly sent me this template, it had my nameplate here and then her nameplate on the bottom. It's the only reason that I put them that way around. But yeah.
Well, I did it to be in line with the logo, because the logo, your name's on top and then it's my name.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we are Mike and Gabby. I don't know why I'm first. I think
it sounds better than the Gabby and Mike show. I think Mike and Gabby.
I think 2 syllables does work best second. Yeah, it's true.
Gab chose the bottom slot.
Yeah.
I can see the text going past. So unlike when we stream on our own channels, we're probably not going to keep up with chat that much because.
Yeah. Oh, Sooty and Katie,
maybe today, but yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, I think the plan is to put these episodes on YouTube as well. So obviously, when they go on YouTube, people won't see the chat once we're in the other screens. So, but we appreciate you guys chatting and all following as well. We've had a few follows, Mike.
Yeah, Sooty's voice, thank you for following. And Katie with Avec new puppy. So Katie, thank you for following. Sooty, thank you for following. He's very cute and awesome.
Destroying Angel.
We met Katie's puppy last night. Katie, will you show puppy on your stream later? That would be a good way to get everybody to come and watch. Yeah. And Destroying Angel's in. Hi, Destroying Angel. So you need to get to 50 followers so we can sub up. Yeah, there's a few requirements, aren't there, for affiliate Gab? We need to get to 50. I think we need to stream something like
a certain amount of hours in a month.
It's a certain number of hours in a month.
And we need to have average 3 viewers, which, I mean, you guys have turned up today.
Completely smashed it already. So as long as we just nobody leave, no one's allowed to leave now. You're all obliged to stay for the entire time that we're doing this.
There'll be fines if you leave.
Yeah, we'll track you all down in other people's chats. We know where you watch. So how
we're just epic like that.
How do you want to go, Gab? Do you want to just do just chatting for a bit, or should we? Are you ready to Planet Zoo? What do you think?
I think I'm ready. Is there? I guess we'll just quickly ask chat if there's anything you want to know about the Mike and Gabby show overall. We'll answer those questions now, and then if not, we'll move on to the interview.
Yeah. Once we've ironed everything out and we've got it. I mean, I think it already looks pretty amazing, thanks to you, Gab. To be honest, mostly. I think once we've got everything ironed out, we can start asking people from chat if they want to come on. Or if people, definitely. If you know anybody. I mean, Xander has already very kindly volunteered a few people that he knows to possibly come on in the future. So yeah, we could do that. That would be really good. We'll start asking around.
Yeah. So Steve has said, will you be providing snacks?
I mean,
fortunately not.
No, I don't think so. Could I be described as a snack? Too old, I think.
I was going to make that joke.
Yeah, too old.
We are the snacks.
Too old. Yeah, I think you guys in the chat are the snacks.
Vax has said, who are you guys? Which isn't a bad question.
Yeah, Vax says, who are you guys? And Katie has said, it's your show, but maybe just introduce yourself for the YouTube folks. That's probably true. I haven't really planned an introduction. You didn't bring ramen. I actually had ramen for lunch today as well as for dinner yesterday. So
delicious.
To be honest, I have had a lot of ramen recently. And hi, Charlie. Hi, nerds. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Xander. I can't remember if I said hello to Xander already. So I guess we'll do a very brief introduction for people who might tune in months to come and not know who we are. So I'm the Artful Gabby. Well, I'm Gabby from the Artful Gabby. I've been streaming on Twitch for 7 months now, just over 7 months. And I guess I play a variety of games and fail at most of them. I met Mike through Twitch as well, Mr. Mike Pulvot. And like we said earlier, we met each other through Twitch, and then we decided to start co-streaming together. Ark Survival Evolved, a great dinosaur game. And from there, our friendship has blossomed, and we decided to start this show where we'll eventually have other guests aside from ourselves on, and we'll chat to them and get to know them. Probably the first few episodes are going to be fellow Twitch streamers, so I guess we'll get to know the streamer outside of Twitch. And then, big long-term goals is to get, people from all sorts on, not just gamers or streamers, but, people in different professional fields.
Yeah.
Maybe play games related to their professional fields, and they can tell us, how accurate it is or whatever. Maybe get them to play. That's me and kind of us. Sorry, Mike. You can.
No, that's fine. No, that's
take
good.
over.
No, I think before I introduce me, I think you're right. I think if anything, it would be really interesting to bring somebody who isn't a gamer into this environment and play a game with them. Like get a martial artist on and play I don't know, one of the Judgment games or something. Play one of the Yakuza games with somebody who, like, I don't know, or something like that, and just talk to them about the stuff that's going on in the game and get them to commentate. That would be fun. So I'm Mike Paul Vox. I'm far less interesting than Gab, but I am a Twitch streamer as well, since about the same time. I think roughly the same time. I started in March. I
started a little bit after you. Yeah, I started in April, so.
Yeah, I started in sort of the middle of March because of lockdown.
Yeah.
I had been writing a series about a Football Manager game, and so I decided to. When lockdown came along, the writing had come to a natural end, and so I decided to start streaming on Twitch instead, and here we are. And I found Gab because a couple of weeks in, I was thinking of doing a 24-hour, or maybe a month in, I was thinking about doing a 24-hour stream. So I then went and followed a bunch of people who just on that day just happened to be doing 24-hour streams, and Gab was one of them. I had just searched for 24-hour stream from people's stream titles, and it was just a coincidence actually that Gab just happened to be mid 24-hour stream at that time. So I remember following you. You were playing
my first ever stream.
You were playing Overwatch with someone. I don't know who you were playing with. I just remember there was another voice. I think
it was Babbly Dragon.
It might have been. I can't remember who it was. I just remember there was a second voice.
Mike, have you moved your setup?
Have I moved my setup? No. No, same place. Everything's the same. I've just fiddled with my lights, so I'm not quite as much of a ghost as normal, and put my blue bulb on.
You are actually mirrored. Sorry, I've completely interrupted your introduction.
Oh, am I mirrored?
I just noticed you're mirrored on
I am
Twitch.
actually. I am.
You're
mirrored.
the other way round, and so
I am mirrored because this tattoo's on my right arm, and that looks like my left arm, doesn't it? Because of the mirror. So yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
I'm a bit backwards. No, but I mean, I'm a voice actor who just decided to while I wasn't working, I thought I could just come on the internet and do funny voices for an audience, which I guess I've sort of done a bit. There's been a little bit of funny voices.
A good Batman impression.
Yeah, the Batman's been the main one. I suppose Arthur Morgan has been the main one, but it's unfortunately I had to ditch Red Dead Redemption 2. But I might get that on PC so that I can go back to it. But yeah, so basically, Clay plays right. Yeah, I came on Twitch to try to ruin the British economy by bringing all work to a halt, and I think I was pretty successful. I think I did quite a good job. So yeah, so that's me, and that's Gab. Here we are. We are Mike.
Here we are.
And yeah,
Thank you for joining us.
Somebody asked, I think it was Katie said, Katie asked what game brought you together. It was, well, I mean, Ark was the game that we decided to play together.
Which was your one-off suggestion.
It was on such a whim, yeah. So I've got a friend who's been in the chat before. Some of you might know The Real Hazza. He's my mate Ian. I played Ark at his house in down near Gatwick Airport when he lived down there. Such a random story. I played it for about 20 minutes on his account, absolutely loved it, and never played it again because I didn't want to play it on my own. So yeah, I suggested that to you, Gab, and did you already own it, or was it on sale at the time or something?
It was on sale, and I bought it, and then you went, maybe we should do something other than Ark, and I went, no, I've bought it now. We're doing Ark.
Whoops, nearly.
Yeah, nearly, but I'm glad we did though. It was really good. Really, sorry, very embarrassing. I'm sending my mom the Twitch link because she said, I can't find you. Where are you? So I've sent her the right Twitch.
That's all right. Here we are.
Here we are.
The Artful Mum.
But yeah, so Ark brought us together. I remember that first stream, Mike. I was so nervous. And I think Jesse, Surreal Red Moon, that people will know from our chats, I remember messaging him like, I'm really nervous because I'm quite awkward about talking to people for the first time through voice and stuff or on the phone. Mm-hmm. And I remember you joined and I was like, hello.
Yeah, you were quite nervous. I've done an awful lot of I've met so many went through a period of about a year or so when I was living in Edinburgh where I hosted people on Couchsurfing. So I had lots of people I'd never met would just come, well, not all at the same time, obviously, spread out over the course of a year, but people from all over the world would just turn up on my sort of doorstep and I would host them. And so that I wasn't that worried about meeting new people anyway. I've always been quite outgoing, but that completely destroyed any fear I might have had about doing things with new people. So I was quite looking forward to it. And it went really well, wasn't it? It was really good fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Oh, and Zion's here. Hi, Zion. Who the hell are these two? We've just done our introductions, Zion, just because you were late.
Yeah, if you'd have been here on time. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, if you'd just shown up when we said.
Mike is outgoing. Who knew?
I know. He was here. Yeah, I know. Zion was here. Yeah, I know. Zion's always here. Zion can be summoned, I've discovered. For those of you that don't know Zion Real, I think everybody knows Zion. But for anybody who's watching who doesn't know, at Zion Real on Twitch, Zion could be summoned. Occasionally I mention something that Zion said weeks ago, and the moment I mention his name on my stream, he pops into the chat instantly. It's incredible. I don't know how he does it.
I've also found the eye emojis work pretty well. If I ever want to play games with Zion, I send him the eye emojis and he's like, I'm coming. I'm coming. He knows. Summon him. Right, I guess.
Bit of Planet Zoo.
There's no other questions, so yeah, let's get crack-a-lacking, I guess.
Right, this is going to be our first transition, and I'm in charge of it. So everybody just hold on to your nearby desks, and let's make sure this works. Okay, ready? Go.
Brace yourselves. Turn my music up.
Oh no, the cameras are frozen. Or have they? The cameras are frozen.
No.
I don't know why. Everything seems to be fine.
It was going so well.
It was going so well. Okay, let's.
Seamless, nearly.
It was pretty seamless. Hang on, I'm gonna just do a BRB. and then go back to it. Yeah, I don't know why the first move over to the new cameras, it did that a few times on our test run. Damn. Yeah, don't leave me in charge. I should not be left in charge. And now Gab is on top because Gab is the guest.
Oh, we've switched around.
We've switched, yeah.
You'll have to let me know if the game is too loud for you.
I'm
just gonna
do some more game things.
I don't know what else to do. I'm just placing paths at the moment. I haven't got a plan at all for this.
Well, I think you should do a little introduction to Planet Zoo, because to be honest, I don't really know what this. I guess it's just you build a zoo. Is it like SimCity but with zoos?
Yeah, like Zoo Tycoon or Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I was gonna say I've played the theme park.
Yeah,
I played theme park when I was about 9.
Theme Park World. I used to love that game when I was a kid. Yeah, it's like that basically, but you build a zoo. And it's kind of like a management game, so you have to get like the keepers and figure out their time schedules and which animals they're looking after, and you have guests that get like hungry and thirsty, and if they can't see the animals, they'll complain. If your animals aren't taken care of properly, they come in and protest and you get fined.
There was a question that was tweeted to me earlier, a hard-hitting question that's actually already come up in the chat. So
I've seen this.
So I'm going to ask. It came from Hernaldinho, but I think it's been repeated by a few people in the chat. How high should a zoo build a fence for a tiger enclosure? And can you explain why that question is being asked? Because I don't know.
I will. So I'll check here. 3 meters or over.
There you go.
The Zoopedia tells us. And the reason this question's been asked is because when I streamed this game with my mum when she was up visiting, and we took it in turns to build enclosures for animals. So she built one for a tiger, and which we actually named Hazza after your friend.
Oh, nice! That's cool.
So we were watching Hazza as he patrolled his new habitat, and he just threw himself over the fence, literally jumped and launched himself over. It was quite hilarious. And he just ate like all the guests. So
okay.
From there on, we realised that you need to make sure your fences are high enough.
So based on that, can I ask a question about this particular save of what you're going to do today on Zoo Tycoon? And I think everybody in the chat will agree with me with this idea. Yeah. Rather than making a zoo where the animals are in cages and the people come and watch, can you today construct a zoo where the people are corralled into a cage and then the animals are allowed to go in and eat them?
You actually can't put them in a cage. If you put them in a habitat, they spawn out of it.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
I've tried to lock people in cages. It doesn't work.
Is there a way though to at least build a can we Jurassic Park this? Can we build a visitor center where everyone goes inside and then we lock the doors and then we open the tiger enclosures and they all come in from outside? Is that possible?
We can try it.
I think we should.
You can put gates into habitats, so I could build like a tiger or maybe a bear. Maybe we should do bears.
I think we should do. I think we should do something like that. I think that would be more fun. Somebody in the chat said, I think it was Clayplay. Oh yeah, Clayplay said, I reckon Mike has had a little go at the classic Transport Tycoon back in the day. You know what, Clayplay? When Gab interviews me next week, I will play Transport Tycoon. That will be my game. I absolutely love Transport Tycoon for the same reasons as this, is that you can ruin entire towns and it's just pointless and fun. So I'll definitely do that. Mr. Gab sending an SOS. Mr. Gab can attest to Gabby's claim that she's tried locking humans. What else if this is something else that I don't know? I don't even need to ask any questions.
I'm just getting the building sorted.
Oh, Max Power. Hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
Thank you for stopping in, mate. Good to see you. Hi, and also hi, DMAC. If I haven't said hi, I'm sorry. Like we said at the beginning, it can be a little bit difficult to keep up with the chat because we're busy chatting to each other.
And I've realised an error with this plan is that I'm really bad at multitasking. So you're going to be asking me questions, and I'm just going to have to keep pausing.
Well, the other thing is that Sooty's voice says that's where the low fences come in. So we could build a tiger enclosure where you build really high fences, let everybody in, and then just sell the fences. Yeah. Can you not just do that? That's kind of what I mean. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
I will do that.
Classic Grace. I've tried to lock people in cages. I mean, we should probably talk a little bit more about where Mark and Grace came from. It all came from Ark. Really, it just came from. Well, I'll let you. I mean, it's not really much of a story. It all came from you calling me Mark by accident.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even when we didn't know each other. We'd been streaming together for ages.
I know. I remember when I accidentally called you Mark and someone said, "Oh, is this your first stream together?" And we were like, "No, we've been streaming together for like 5 months."
Just deeply unprofessional. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I called you Mark, but I accidentally called you Mark, and then I think I told the story of. So I used to, until very recently, I used to work in a restaurant, and there was a waiter there who he only worked part-time, like very part-time, like he'd be like in once a week, and he kept calling me Grace. And the first time I heard it, I wasn't sure if I heard it right, so I didn't correct him. And then the second time he did it, I thought, well, I can't correct him now because I didn't correct him before. And then it turned out he was leaving, so I thought, right, I'm just going to be Grace until he leaves. It doesn't matter. So that's where the Grace came from.
Can I just say that I love how you were just slightly lowering those parasols. you just each one you were like just a tiny bit lower.
I'm very
these are a few millimeters too high.
I'm going for an Australia theme. I don't know why, but that's what I've decided.
It's a bit too organised so far. The tigers aren't going to sit at those tables, Gab. You're catering far too much for the human element of this zoo.
Well, I'm going to lure the guests in with food.
Oh,
and
I suppose
drink,
that's a good idea.
You know,
yeah,
false
I guess
sense of security. And
that is a good idea.
I think in the last 10 minutes we'll let havoc reign upon my zoo.
That's a good idea. And the other thing is, before the stream I said that you can't see the chat in Stream Elements, but you can actually, just only when you go live. Toilets, right, nice. So that'll lure him in.
So we've got some toilets and some information centres, and then I can't remember what shops I put in. Oh, Gulpy Slosh.
Gulpy.
And Hot Dog Squad.
Hot that little hot dog logo is adorable. And I think we should have a really like a really tortured route as well, like, because presumably people follow the paths, right?
Yeah, so
they don't go wandering off path. So you just make a really horrific.
Over here.
Just make a really horrific path.
So they just can't escape.
Yeah, isn't it Shrek? Isn't it an episode of Shrek? One of the Shrek movies where the guy in the Lord Farquaad bobblehead or whatever he sees Shrek and runs away, and he runs in like an S shape around all of the. You should do that. You should. He just goes.
It's a guy in a what's it called? Mascot costume.
Yeah, like in a Lord Farquaad mascot costume, and he follows the velvet rope, doesn't he, all the way back?
Yeah, I love Shrek.
I know you do. Well, I mean, I could maybe transition into one of my movie questions because I do have many.
Oh no.
But I mean, they're all just like they're all fairly easy questions. But like, one of the ones that I wanted to ask you, because there are lots of. I remember you're similar to me in that there are some movies that you haven't seen that you probably should have. So like, I've never seen The Godfather, and I know I should have.
I've never seen The Godfather.
And well, I was going to ask you, which one do you think is your worst one that you should have seen, but you haven't? Like, until recently, mine was Pulp Fiction. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction. I've only seen Pulp Fiction since I've been living with Tam. She's basically forced me to watch a whole raft of movies. Like Shawshank Redemption, I hadn't seen that. She sort of made me watch that as well.
Brilliant film, Shawshank is.
Really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So if there's one, which film that you haven't seen do you think would outrage the chat the most?
I know what it's going to be, and I don't want to say it.
Go on, you've got to.
All right, I haven't seen...
Get ready to get outraged, everyone in the chat.
I haven't seen the original Star Wars movies properly.
Any of them?
So the first, second, and third, which are actually episode
4, 5,
and 6.
Yeah.
I can see the chat going absolutely crazy. So I've seen the first film partly, but I didn't finish it. And I haven't seen the next two. I saw the prequels, which everyone hates, and I really enjoyed.
Oh, there's so much outrage. We might have just lost all of our viewers. This was a mistake. This was a bad first question. Well, I think, Gab, that you should have to. I think we should do a. The channel points.
Redemption.
The ones that everybody contributes to. I don't know what they're called. The
redemption goal.
Yeah, everybody puts in like a community channel point thing. I think we should have one of them for you to do a costume stream as somebody from Star Wars.
After watching it.
Yeah, I think you should watch it and then have to be but not an obvious one like Princess Leia. I think you should have to be like Darth Vader.
I'll be
Chewbacca.
Jabba the
Hutt. You'd have to shave your head. I don't think that would be a good look.
I have seen Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
I really like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. No, I said that until I moved in with Tam when we moved to Spain, I hadn't seen Shawshank Redemption, but.
It's do you know what? There's actually quite a few films, and now that you've asked me, I can't think of any, but there's quite a lot that I should have definitely seen. I mean, when I was at uni, I used to get, what? How have you not seen that film when you're a film student?
Funyun's outraged. Also, thank you for the host, Funyuns. I think thank you for hosting, mate. Appreciate that. And welcome. Sorry that I immediately asked a question that has enraged you for the rest of your life.
I know, now no one's interested at all.
But then...
No, so basically my mum wasn't, my mum's kind of into films, but she wasn't really into films like the popular ones, right? So most people have grown up and their parents have introduced them to Star Wars, or they've seen The Godfather because their parents have watched it, or loads of other ones. And my mum just watched really Pretty Woman is one of my favourite films that I remember my mum letting me watch, which now I think about it probably shouldn't have let me watch, but it's all right because as a kid I didn't fully understand what was going on. Or I don't know. So I've seen really random films, but I haven't seen all the classics that people expect me to have seen. So this is basically me palming the blame off to my mum.
You're also time wasting with all these trees as well. I mean, you can see trees anywhere. No one goes to the zoo to see trees, Gab. Come on.
I'm just getting the Australian experience in. I haven't actually added an animal yet. It's because I.
Oh, you know what? If we're going Australian, does the game have kangaroos? I think a massive kangaroo. I think a massive kangaroo-related massacre would be fun. So let's do that.
That's okay.
So on the same lines then, to try and maybe win the chat back, after admitting that you've never.
If you're going to ask me about my favourite film, I'm probably not going to win them back.
Well, what I was going to ask is, if you've seen more obscure kind of films, what would you say is a film that people never really talk about, but that you would recommend everybody see? So I always, whenever anybody asks me what's a film that you don't think people will know, mine's not a very good one because I never really watched films, but I watched Flatliners when I was younger, which had it's got the guy that was in 24, what's his name, Kiefer Sutherland, and it's about a bunch of people who they basically deliberately kill each other medically, so they lower each other's heartbeats so that they are officially dead, and then they let them be dead for a few seconds and they bring them back to life, and then they're trying to see whether the afterlife exists and what if there's heaven and stuff. It's it's a really weird concept, but I just thought it was such a brilliant film, and nobody that I know has ever seen it. What I'm liking is that both Max Power and CM Tid are both yes, Flatliners. So I'm glad that I'm not alone. But,
I can't think of one.
That would be my one. If anybody's not seen Flatliners and you want to see it's got some really famous people in it, but it was when they were really young, so none of them were particularly well known. But the only one I can remember, I think, is Kiefer Sutherland. But yeah, have you got?
I'm trying to think of a film and I can't think of one now. I'll tell you what. This isn't necessarily one that I think everyone should go out and rush to watch, but there's a film I distinctly remember from my childhood, a cartoon, and every time I mention it to people of my age, they have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm I can't be the only person who's seen this cartoon. And I've told people the plot, and they think I'm literally making it up. So there's a film called We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. I think it was made in like 95-ish. Have you heard of it?
No, I've not heard of it, no.
So this film is a cartoon with dinosaurs in. Oh God, what is this enclosure I've made?
We're distracting her.
And it's got like dinosaurs in it, but it's about these two kids that run away from home and join the circus. But when they get there, the ringleader makes them sign this contract with their blood. Kids cartoon.
Oh yeah.
And they go all kind of crazy and they see ghosts, and this guy that makes them sign the contract, he's got like this spiral eye and he's really creepy. And I remember watching that a lot as a child, and I feel like no one knows what it is, and I really need someone else to have seen it to just justify how creepy it is.
What was it called?
It's called We're Back, A Dinosaur Story.
We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. I'm going to Google it. Also, I just quickly Googled Flatliners, and the people that are in it is Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, William Baldwin, Kevin Bacon, and Oliver Platt. Now, I don't know who Oliver Platt is. He's probably really famous, but they were all really young, and it was sort of before a lot of them were like properly famous, I think. So like all-star cast, like you'd never get. Well, maybe now you probably would get those people together, but like 10 years ago, it would have been a mega film to get all of them together. What was your one called again? What was it?
We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, I think.
We're Back. We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. I can confirm that Gab is not making it up.
It is real.
It's a 1993 British-American film produced by Steven Spielberg's studio.
That's it, yeah.
Interesting.
It's really creepy, and no one's seen it. And it's quite upsetting.
I have not seen it. It has got Martin Short's voice in it, though, and Yeardley Smith, who I think is Lisa from The Simpsons, or is a Simpsons voice anyway, Yeardley Smith.
Oh.
So there you go. Well, there's one for everybody.
I'll probably think of a way better answer. I'm one of those people, right, that in the moment can't think of like an answer, or if you're in an argument, you can't think of something to say, and then 3 hours later I'll be like, oh, I should have said that.
I tried to put the link in the chat, but messed it up. Never mind.
Check my Twitter later, because I might start tweeting, oh, this film, this is what everyone should see.
This is the one. This is the one.
This is my real answer.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah. It must be frustrating to have been a film student and then to say that you've never seen Star Wars, because people must get outraged.
I regularly admit to.
Nice job, Mike, typing up a wiki page on 5 minutes notice. Finding the screenshots was tough, but I did it. I've done it. It's been done. So this seems to be going quite well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't actually added any animals yet. This is what I said. I will get distracted and I'll be so busy answering that I won't do anything. So I'm going to make the first thing. So I've pre-bought some animals.
Oh.
I've bought a red panda for Martin's sake.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you can let guests in to see red pandas. I'm just going to check.
Maybe we could do oh, no, we can't do a Star Wars watch-along, can we? Because it's not on Prime.
No.
It's on Disney.
Another one that I really want to watch is the Jurassic Park series that I've never watched.
Have you never seen the original Jurassic Park?
No, I've seen the one that Chris Pratt.
Oh, Gab, no! Chris Pratt made. Oh no! I'm not outraged about the Star Wars films because I don't know. I'm not as outraged about the Star Wars films, but because you really liked Ark, I'm surprised that you haven't seen original.
Well, this
Jurassic
is why
Park.
I want to watch them, and the plan was to do a watch party, but yeah, I don't think not all of them are on.
We could do Jurassic Park if that's on Amazon Prime. That was a great film. Jurassic Park, I know I'm talking about me now, is one of the few films that I went to see because I had read the book. I very rarely read novels that then later get turned into films. I just don't really read. I don't really read very much, to be honest. But the book is so much better than the film, but the film's still amazing. Yeah.
I tend to be the other way around, where I'll see a film and then go watch the book, then read the book.
Just go buy the book and then just put it on a shelf.
I just look at
Never
it.
Open
it. Yeah.
All Zion says, Gabby, do you want to share what you told me yesterday about the Marvel Cinematic Universe films?
No.
Too late now, Gab. You've got to. You're on the spot.
I'm not that ashamed about this. So basically, I used to love the Marvel. I mean, it's not that I hate them now, but I used to be a really big fan of Marvel, and then as I kind of got into uni and whatnot, I kind of went off them a bit. Because they do get a bit samey, right? They've kind of got the same story every time. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone. Anyway, so I told Zion yesterday, and he was absolutely outraged that I've seen Infinity War, but I haven't seen Endgame, and he said that's basically leaving the cinema halfway through a film.
It kind of is, because that's very much a two-part. I'm surprised you didn't just want to know how it ends, at least.
I think I vaguely know how it ends because people talk about it, and at first I was like, don't tell me, I want to watch it, and now I'm like, oh, it's just been too long. I do want to watch it, I just haven't seen it yet. But a lot of that was to do with, it came out as I finished uni when I graduated, and I moved up to Manchester, and I got my first proper job, and all I wanted to do was sleep when I wasn't at work. So I just stopped going to the cinema and watching films because I was just so tired.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't see it. I never had time to go to the cinema when it came out, and then I just never... There's a lot of films that have come out that I've wanted to see and I haven't, and
I feel like that a lot, to be honest. I used to see trailers for films all the time and think, oh yeah, I really want to go and see that, and then have just never. I did it with what was the Inception. I did it with Inception for absolutely ages. When that, I mean, I have seen it several times now, but when
that's all right then.
When that was advertised, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to see that in the cinema, 100%. I wouldn't miss it. And then totally didn't watch it for absolutely years.
And you missed it.
Oh, Martin is really sad. We need to come up with something that's going to cheer Martin up. Quickly, buy all those pandas quickly and call them all Xander. Xander the panda.
I've just realised I've sent for my animals to be sent to this enclosure, and I haven't hired any zookeepers.
Oh, come on, Gab.
Should probably get some staff, right?
Yeah, get some staff.
There we go. We'll get some vets in. Very important. Keep animals' welfare going.
Oh, bit weird. The cameras.
You all right?
Yeah, it's weird because the cameras are frozen, but the game is still working fine on the stream. It's a bit weird. Hang on a minute.
All right. First technical difficulty to fix.
Yeah, a bit weird. That is a bit weird because everything's fine. Hi, Nathan Davis TV.
Something fishy going on.
Something fishy is going on. Oh, there we go.
We should be getting
some there we go. Just off and on again. Off and on again is always the one.
Right, let's get the red pandas, shall we?
Let's get them. Oh my god, everything went red for a second. What the hell?
Whoa!
That was weird.
But yeah, I love Inception, so I'm glad you've seen it.
Yeah, Inception was good. Well, while we're on the movie subject, let me ask you one of my other movie questions. I have several. So one that I was really interested in was if you could change the ending of any movie or TV show, which one would it be, and what would you change? And if you need time to think, I've chosen questions that I have an answer to myself in case you need time to think.
See, a film that I changed. I have to pause now because I need to think. Again, a film that I changed the ending to.
Or a TV series.
Or a TV series. Yeah.
God, so like something where you got to the end and you were just like, fuck off, that is not the way this should have ended.
This is so stupid. Alright, I've got one, but I think it's a book first, so I don't know if it counts. We talked about it the other day, World War Z, have you seen that?
Oh, I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, I don't want to spoil the end.
I'm never going to watch it.
It's a very old film, so basically, Brad Pitt, his character, tries to cure the zombies or whatever, find a cure. And it really annoyed me at the end, right? Because he gets... My memory's very vague, so I might get the details wrong because I haven't seen it in years. But he gets on a plane to go to like a research centre in Wales or something that he thinks the cure is in. And then they're in a plane crash, right? Oh. And he conveniently lands...
You'd think that would be game over, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, but he conveniently lands next to the research centre that he needed to get to. And conveniently, the first research centre he goes to is the one that has the cure.
That is so convenient. That's so convenient.
Life doesn't happen like that.
No, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You're probably not going to get that kind of luck. First of all, surviving a plane crash. which is insane.
Surviving a plane crash.
As if you're going to survive a plane crash.
And the plane conveniently crashed next to the research center.
Right next to the exact place you want to be. Oh, well, that's a good one. So what would you change it to? That he dies in the plane crash, game over?
Maybe, yeah. Or at least that he, doesn't land right next to it.
The zombies win at the end.
This is something I can't think of a specific example, but there's a few films where, the hero has survived no matter what, and sometimes I just want the hero to die. Sometimes the hero should die a hero. I completely agree. I think, the hero should die, or the challenge isn't overcome. I don't know, maybe that's probably really bleak, but that's Uncharted level of convenience that he's just said. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It does. I forgive that because that's the game. Far too convenient. Charlie says mine would be Lost or Game of Thrones. So I've never seen even a single second of Game of Thrones ever, and I have absolutely no interest in it at all. So I can't, and I'm never going to watch that either. So feel free to spoil it for me. I couldn't care less. That's giving me another one. And then Lost, I didn't watch to the end of Lost because as soon as they just said it's time travel, I stopped watching it because I went, you cheap people, you're so cheap. Yeah. I got so invested in what might be going on the island on Lost. And when they were like, there's a hatch and time travel, I just went, nah, sorry, you've ruined it. You might as well just said, and it was all a dream. I hate endings like that. That's there's another TV series. Sorry, I've just a way better answer. Go on. It's called Pretty Little Liars, which I'm sure probably many of you might not have seen. It was brilliant, right? First 4 or 5 seasons, amazing. It's about this group of teenage girls. Their friend gets killed. Well, she goes missing and they assume she's dead. And they all start getting texts from someone called A. And they don't know who it is, but this A person knows all their secrets. And blackmails them basically. And they all think it's the girl who dies is called Allison, and they think it's her at first, but then it comes out that she is dead, so it can't be her. But this person knows all the secrets that Allison knew, and through trying to figure out who A is, they end up doing worse stuff. It's like a spiral, that kind of story. And it was brilliant, and you find out who A is, and then it's all over. But then in the next season, someone comes back, and A's back, and it's like, whoa. And then in season 7, and literally every Pretty Little Liar fan was disappointed in this. In season 7, they revealed who this new A was, and it turned out to be an evil twin of one of the main characters that no one knew about until the last episode, right? And for me, I really wanted it to be one of the characters that you really trusted, an ultimate betrayal. Yeah. Like this person who has ruined these girls' lives, is their best friend or their mum or something, or their great grandma. I don't know. Yeah. I just wanted something. And it was this character that you'd never heard of until that ending episode. It was awful. I don't think I think so. Yeah, I would have changed that. You can't introduce a brand new character without ever even hinting that they might exist. Yeah, that seems awful. Xander says that's classic, not thought through. I completely agree. I just hate really lazy endings and that are then covered up as supposed to be thought provoking, and they leave it with you. I mean, the ending of Inception I used to hate, but I've kind of come around to it now. Because there are so many variables in that one that it's actually quite good to not really know, because it's whoa. But at the time, it really frustrated me that they didn't just say. I think when you've invested so much time in something, that I feel like the reason I'm watching it is because I want to know how it ends. And if the writers are then just well, I mean, who knows how it ends? It's up to your imagination. I'm no. I haven't spent 40 hours in my imagination. I've spent 40 hours watching your show. Tell me how it ends. Your vision, yeah. It drives me insane. I think there's a theory that I've seen on Inception that is, that it's not actually, the spinning top that's supposed to be his totem. Yeah. There's a theory that that's not his totem and his wedding ring is his totem, because there's certain scenes where he's not wearing it, and then in his dream he's always wearing it. Yeah, so it's not a theory that it's not his totem. It isn't. It's hers. It definitely is hers because he says it in the. We just watched it a couple of weeks ago. Oh, okay. So he says that it was hers, but then when she died, she took it.
Sorry, he took it when she died. So it is definitely hers. But yeah, some other eagle-eyed person spotted that he's always got his wedding ring on in his dreams, and he hasn't in his not dreams. And in the final scene where he sees his kids, he doesn't have his wedding ring on. So it seems pretty cut and dry that he was awake. But who knows?
Who knows?
The one that really annoys me, that I annoy people with by talking about, and I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn the chat on me probably, is The Sopranos. Absolutely love every single second of The Sopranos, except the way it ends. And if anybody's not seen The Sopranos, I won't spoil it. But suffice to say that the way that it ends is it's the most unsatisfying thing.
Oh no, I've released a bear into the encampment with the
peacocks. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Everybody pause. There's a bear wild. What are those other things? Is that a peacock you've got there? I can't quite tell.
Yeah, well, it's an Indian peafowl.
Oh, sorry.
I think that is a peacock. Sorry, I'm not sure, but yeah, I've accidentally unleashed this bear in, so let's just drop him back. It's not time for chaos yet.
Not quite yet. Back in your box, mate. Back in your box. So yeah, Destroying Angel, The Sopranos is one I'd never seen. Again, I'd never seen The Sopranos before I moved in with Tam. She didn't make me watch it, but she strongly suggested that it was a box set that we should get involved in. And it lives up to all the hype, mate, honestly. It's so good. Have you seen it, Gab?
I haven't seen it, no.
It's if you're looking for a new box set, it's good because it's really gritty, but it's also incredibly funny, constantly funny. Like it never stops. It's absolutely brilliant. So anyway, The Sopranos is a good one.
Have to check it out.
I've seen Entourage. See, I haven't seen Entourage. I've been recommended it so many times. Entourage and Community are two that I've got on my list. And one of my controversial opinions, NJ, on television is that The Wire is crap. Tam and I watched the first 6 episodes of season 1 of The Wire and have never watched it again. We did our best with it, but we just thought it was rubbish, unfortunately. Maybe it was just of its time, but I don't know. Anyway, Gab, earlier on, Play said something that I wanted to bring back up, which is, let me just see if I can find it in the chat. I don't want to do a disservice. I don't understand how Gabby can just build a zoo so comprehensively without hesitation from the word go. You are, like, in a trance building this zoo. How many hours have you put into Planet Zoo in your own time?
I'm not sure. I think quite a few. It's one of those games where I'll pick up and play like non-stop for like a week, and then I won't play it for months, you know. Right. And then I'll come back to it.
And it's just like slipping on an old glove.
Thinking about. Yeah, I'm kind of not thinking about it right now, but I used to. There's another game that these developers, I think they're called Frontier, I want to say. I could be completely wrong. But they've also got a game called Planet Coaster, which is basically the same but with theme parks. So I'm very used to like the controls and stuff. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
With Planet Coaster, can you build a really elaborate roller coaster and then press go and then take a link out so that everybody just plummets?
You can't. You have to like test it. And I can never get them to work. I've tried to build my own roller coaster on that game so many times. And every time I try, it's like, oh, it's too fast, it's too scary, and then it's too slow. And I'm like, what do you want from me?
How can you judge me, small little video game people?
Just let me build a deathly roller coaster that's terrifying.
Steve says you would love Cities Skylines if you've not played it. I think Steve might be on commission from Cities Skylines.
I've heard him talk about it a lot.
We've talked about City. I had a go at it the other day, Steve, and again, I was being very impatient, and I was like, why aren't my buildings building? So I just closed it down. But I need to give it a go.
I've tried it. So I've played a lot of SimCity, which Skylines is based off of or inspired by. And I tried Skylines and I couldn't figure out the plumbing system, so I just gave up.
Yeah. Have you played?
Couldn't plumb my city. So.
Have you played Theme Hospital or any of the new?
Yeah.
Is it 2 Point Hospital or whatever?
2 Point Hospital. I tried that. I think in lockdown it came out for like 48 hours. You could try it.
Yeah.
So I just slammed through the story in 48 hours.
It's
I
amazing.
would buy it, but yeah.
It's amazing how similar it is to the original Theme Hospital. It's. I don't know whether it's the same developers or what, but it feels like they should be. If it's not the same developers, it feels like copyright infringement should be a thing. Oh my goodness!
I've renamed this red panda Xander for Xander
Martin. The panda. There you go, Martin.
But yeah, I might try City Skylines again because I have. Oh, look at it climb!
Oh, I didn't realize it could do vertical climbing. It actually looks like Xander.
By this not real animal. What was I saying?
This is adorable.
Skylines, yeah, I might try it again because I've heard a lot of people talk about it recently.
So how long will it take for this panda to grow into an unstoppable killing machine?
I thought red pandas are small.
But who are we going to kill all the guests with? This is my main question.
A kangaroo, you said. Didn't
you? Where are the kangaroos going to go?
Well, I'm gonna like lead them over here. You know, like we said, the Shrek line.
Oh yes,
make it really complex to get to it. So
I see. Yeah. So when they try and run away, the animals just maul them. That's what we want.
Yeah. Mayhem.
So
Martin, look at little Xander playing with his ball.
Martin says now to put a tiger in with Xander and call it Bob.
I don't think that's wise because they will eat each other. Like they've animated that. It's quite horrific, really.
Oh, there's a lot of people in.
Yeah, I know. Look at all these people. I don't know why. I've got 2 animals. Oh, there's a protest going on somewhere.
There's a protest. It's probably because of the height of your parasols. Too high. Sun in my face.
Why are they protesting?
What are they saying?
I don't know. It's in French. It's a French developer and they speak in French.
Oh, I thought it was... Embarrassingly, I thought it was like sim language.
I don't know.
That's what French is to me. Just garbage. Just gobbledygook. I don't understand it.
I think it's because my bear is in quarantine because I accidentally put it in the wrong thing. So I'm going to build a habitat for my bear and then we'll do the kangaroos and unleash them.
See, DMAC says a tiger will sort out the protesters. And I was going to say, can you set up like a special protest area?
No, you can't.
That has tigers in it. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's a
shame.
The
game doesn't want you to kill people. I've learned.
What? I mean, where's the fun in that, honestly? They've got to anticipate that that's what people are going to want to do, though. It should be an option. Yeah, they've come in protesting the fact that you haven't seen Star Wars. Gabby out. We love Jabba, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know any characters from Star Wars. I have seen Star Wars, but I'm not a kind of Star Wars person.
See, surely that's worse, chat. That like Mike's actually seen them all and he just doesn't care about it enough.
I don't
the names.
really care about it, but I have seen it.
Whereas my ignorance is just because I haven't seen it.
I mean, you can feel free to turn on me. I am used to it now. It's pretty much why I still come online. I've become one with the abuse. It's part of who I am.
One with the abuse.
So here's a question.
Right. Go on. Hit
me
with the next one.
It's a simple one because I wanted to, because at the beginning we were talking about like how we kind of met, and the first time we raided over to you, you were playing We Happy Few.
Yeah.
And I was curious because I mean that
in the day.
That was a massive hit though. Everybody really enjoyed that.
It was a massive hit.
What made you play that? Because I remember that you said that you got it for quite cheap in a sale. I was looking at buying it and it was like 45 quid or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth that much. If in my humble opinion.
It didn't seem it, to be honest. But you seem to have really good fun with it. Like, what put you onto that?
So I saw it advertised years before it came out. I think I just saw it as like a video on Twitter or something. And I've always loved like dystopian settings and like I've got to say the word right. Totalitarianism.
Yeah.
Those kind of themes.
Gab loves totalitarianism. Really love clips, please.
I mean, like I love those themes in books and films and stuff. I really like 1984, like that kind of vibe. So I saw that and I thought, well, it is kind of that theme, isn't it? Where like the government rule and they make you take joy. So that's why I wanted to play it. And then it was like really expensive but it had a lot of bad reviews, so I didn't. At the time, I was in uni, and I just didn't have the money to spend on a game that was probably going to be bad. And then, when I started streaming, when I started streaming, I just played Overwatch, but I kind of didn't want to play Overwatch only because obviously it's a big game on Twitch, right? So people were never gonna find me. So I thought I'd do story games, and then I saw it was on offer, so I thought, I'll finally try it, and I'm glad I did. I mean.
It was fun to watch.
It's not the best game in the world, but it was pretty good I think I paid like 10 quid for it, and I think it's definitely worth 10 quid.
It was definitely a good streaming game because the characters were very, literally colourful.
Funny.
And very funny. And I've got to say, my favourite part easily was when you kept coming home and there was just the little old ladies just wandering around your apartment.
Oh yeah, that little glitch.
That little lady who was like, "Put the kettle on, love." You're like, "What? You don't live here? What are you talking about?"
Why are you in my lab? I'm trying to make...
this is my secret laboratory.
Well, yeah, because that was Gwen, and that was Sally, and her baby Gwen was upstairs. And I'm like, people are just walking in your house, and you've got a baby upstairs.
Got a baby upstairs. They don't seem to care enough.
Oh God! But it's because in that the babies were like illegal, weren't they? That in the setting, babies are illegal. That's why she's hidden away. And I'm like, well, you haven't hidden her very well because people just keep walking into your house.
Yeah, you could easily be in jail at any moment. Yeah, Martin says the baby scared me. The baby was a little bit terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know who did the character design for the baby, but maybe it was deliberate because I guess all of the characters were quite. Are
you muddying up this enclosure?
Yeah, because so if you see on the right, it tells you what terrain the animal's like, so you have to match it up. So they really like soil, so I'm gonna give them what they want.
The grass. I like it.
Yeah. It's an awful sound.
I'm gonna say this.
Hear it.
We might have to turn that sound effect down. It's a bit disgusting. Yeah.
No, I'm just filling in some grass.
And this is quite a good. This game is quite a good segue to your Born Free stuff, as well.
Yeah.
Because that was cool. Because you
amazing.
Because you raised $650, but then the gift aid took it to nearly $750.
Yeah, and then we've still got my 50% profits from Twitch.
Yeah.
For it as well, because obviously with Twitch you get paid like 15 days after the month's ended.
It's a bit weird, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be another 100, 150 on top of that. So we are looking at about 800 to 900 pounds that we raised in the end, which is actually really crazy when you think our community is quite small on the scale of things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, compared to people that have 5,000 viewers for every stream.
Yeah, and because obviously you see their numbers and they're raising $4,000 for places, which is amazing. But yeah, the fact that we as a smaller community on Twitch managed to raise so much money it's
amazing,
beyond me.
Yeah.
I can't even voice how appreciative I am, because I didn't even expect to hit our goal, which was £300. Yeah, our goal was £300 and we smashed it.
Yeah, you completely destroyed it. So I have a question.
And we adopted a bear.
I have a question related to that.
Yeah.
So let me just quickly find it. If you could have any animal as a loyal pet, so it doesn't have to be an animal that is domesticated, any animal that would be guaranteed loyal to you for the rest of its life, what would you choose?
I think it would be a bear.
You would go bear. What kind of bear though? There are so many.
I know, that's true. I think a brown a moon bear. Moon bear. They are adorable. I didn't know about moon bears until Born Free, when I was looking at what animal we could adopt. And there's a bear called a moon bear, and they're all black or dark brown, but they've got not white, but tan snouts. They're adorable. So I think it would be a bear, because great at fighting and defending you, right? Not saying that I'd start fights with my very loyal bear, but you never know. Might be an apocalypse in the future. I need to be prepared for all scenarios.
Definitely.
You could ride the bear.
You could ride a bear, yeah.
And think about going to sleep and cuddling up to your bear. That would be. That
is true.
Keep you warm. It can climb trees and get you food.
How big are they? How big do those? Do you know how big they get? Do they get Because I think
quite big.
Isn't grizzly bear is the biggest bear, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think.
Or brown bear? Not sure.
I think so. One of those. They are quite big. They're not like panda bears, which are tiny. They're
because there's quite a large bear scale.
Fleshed out bears.
Yeah, the bear scale is quite large. Because like koala bears are not very big, and neither are. Actually, koalas might not actually be bears. There's a fact for somebody in the chat to look up.
Oh.
CM Tit says polar, king of the bears.
Polar bears are cute, but the problem with polar bears is they need to be in a certain environment. You know.
They do.
I'd have to live in a very cold environment, and I don't do well in the cold, so.
I think if nuclear apocalypse caused a new ice age, then polar bear is the right answer.
Yeah. Oh, if there was an ice age, I think it would be a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, you mean like Ice Age of the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if saber-toothed tigers were actually in the Ice Age. I'm fully basing this knowledge off of Ice Age, the film.
Oh, there you go. Destroying Angel says koala is a marsupial. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Not a bear.
I love a lot of animals though. Or like, I feel like a tiger or a lion would be pretty cool as well.
I think
cute.
I would go some sort of big cat, I think. And I would instinctively want to get a really fast one because I just like cheetahs and jaguars and like the ones that run really fast. But in reality, I think I'd probably just go like Bengal tiger, like Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. She had the right idea with her great big tiger.
Yeah. I mean, I loved that's one of the reasons I loved Ark so much is because you could like tame your own dinosaur.
That's right. Yeah.
It was a really cool idea.
Zion says I'd have a cheetah because they're just big house cats. Yeah, I think I'd want a big cat because they're big, cuddly, cute cat things. But I think, also taking into account everything that Gab said about like being able to ride them if necessary, having them defend you, I think a great big Bengal tiger would probably be the answer.
My mum's in the chat, by the way.
Oh, Jill. The Artful Jill.
The Artful Jill's here.
The Artful Jill. How's it going, Jill? Thanks for joining us. Gab's making a wonderful zoo.
Follow us.
Yeah, drop us a follow. We're desperate to make affiliate this afternoon.
This afternoon. I don't think we can because you have to have a certain amount of frequency.
That's right.
So I've just made Xander the red panda a bit happier.
Xander the red panda.
Foliage. He's happy. Well, I'm paused. But yeah. My favourite animal is actually a turtle, but that's such a boring answer for like if you could have any animal. Especially
because you could get a turtle, tomorrow, but you couldn't get a bear.
Couldn't get a bear.
Oh, D-Mac and Starberry, thanks for the follows, guys. Yeah, anybody that wants to watch the Mike and Gabby Show every Friday, do drop us a follow if you don't mind. We will reward you with excellent chats and slightly homicidal gaming experiences.
Here's our bears.
Oh, I like the confetti. Oh, they're inside each other. That's a bit of a weird way to start. But okay.
Right.
They're a bit small. I really thought
they are a bit small.
I really thought they'd be huge.
Oh, maybe they're cubs, but this one's 10 years old.
Oh God.
Maybe I just might have got a bad batch, you know. Hang on. They've got like these genetics and 67% size. It's a bit boring, isn't it?
Sooty says, I don't want to have an animal that I know will outlive you. But Sooty, if you got an animal that you knew would outlive you, and you knew that it would also sit on your grave loyally until it also passed away, then would you want one? Because I feel like that would be, while tragic, it would also be just the most amazing thing to know, you know? Like Greyfriars Bobby. Yeah, in Edinburgh, there's the story of Greyfriars Bobby, which is the dog that sat on its owner's grave after he came back from war and passed away.
I think this is why I love animals so much.
Oh, Georgie's followed, and Jill Friday night. Thanks, Jill. Thanks, loyal. Georgie. Okay, right. Well, Katie just asked a little while ago if I'd asked you any Mass Effect questions yet.
You haven't?
I haven't asked you any Mass Effect questions yet, but I do have one.
Oh, do you? Wow, Mike's done his research.
Of course I do. I couldn't not ask you about Mass Effect 2. So I was trying to figure out. Trying to figure out the best way to approach it. But the thing is that you're playing it at the moment, and we talk. We talk about it all the time. The remaster's just been announced, which I assume you're going to buy all the remastered ones.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you don't, then I'm definitely going to stream all of the remasters because I've never actually finished the first one because I found it too frustrating.
But I probably won't stream the remasters just because I'm streaming them now.
Yeah. I think I probably will because I really want to play the first one as a remastered version.
Yeah, the first one. This is why, like, anyone who's never played Mass Effect, I always tell them to start on Mass Effect 2 for that reason. Because, like, I think one story is amazing, but it's just so old that it's so frustrating to play. And if you don't have that love of the game already, then you're just not going to finish it, and then you're not going to play the rest of them. And that would be really upsetting, because I genuinely think they are the best games ever made.
I completely...
Bold statement.
The second one, I think, is probably my favourite. I think it's probably my favourite one. My favourite. I think it's probably my favourite game ever. I think there's a good chance.
I mean, they're just brilliant, aren't they?
It's the only game that's ever made me cry out loud when I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I made a mistake at one point, and a certain person met a certain demise, and I was very upset. Yeah, Zion says I can't wait to see the first one enhanced. Honestly, if the first one, if remaster means that the first one is re-released with the graphics and the like cover system and the gameplay of the second and the third one, I'll be 100% in. But yeah, absolutely love that. So for the Mass Effect 2 question, so this might not mean much to people that have never played the Mass Effect games, but there are a number of companions that you get along the way, and I've chosen 9. There are officially 12, but 2 of them are from the DLC that I know that you may not have actually really properly experienced, because I know you only just met Zaid for the first time, and I'm not sure how well you know. Oh, I can't remember the name of the...
Javik?
No, the name.
Are you on about from 2?
From 2, the name of the... I can't remember the name of the thief.
Oh, Kasumi.
Kasumi, yeah. So I've left out Kasumi.
I know her.
Okay, well, I've left out Kasumi, I've left out Zaid, and I've also taken out Samara / Morinth because I've just taken them out.
Because I can. Because I'm the host. That's who I want.
Partly because you have to choose one or the other, so I didn't want to include them both, and I didn't want to include just one of them, and also because I wanted 9 for the game that we're going to play. So
it's a game.
Well, we're going to play. Or you, the Artful Gabby, are going to play Snog, Marry, Avoid Mass Effect 2 Edition.
All right.
Right, so the first group of 3 is Miranda, Mordin, and Jacob. Snog, Marry, Avoid. I really should have pictures of them up on the screen to show people, but I can't.
All right.
Or can I?
Avoid...
Actually, I can. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Wait just a sec. I'm just going to... Just don't do anything on Planet Zoo just for a second. I am a genius. Right, so... They're not relevant, those ones. Right, so... The ones we're talking about are Miranda Lawson, sort of bottom, middle, right. Jacob Taylor, top right. And Mordin Solus, bottom right. So they're your 3.
I'd avoid Mordin. Not just because he's an alien. But... They only live for 40 years, and
that is some knowledge. That is some Mass Effect trivia right there.
They only live for 40 years, so I wouldn't want to marry him because, like, that would...
It would be devastating. Yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't snog him...
You don't know what's going on in there, do you, really?
Yeah, like,
anything could be going on.
I don't know what the human Solarian compatibility is.
Yeah.
And I feel like he loves his work too much. He's so whoever watched my stream on Saturday of Mass Effect, we have Mordin. He's the scientist guy, and I think he's married to his work. You know, so I wouldn't want to. He's
married to his work. Let's not. We wouldn't want to distract him.
I wouldn't want to start something that couldn't be finished. And then what's the other options? Jacob and Miranda.
And I mean, also bear in mind their characters, because it's not just all about how they look and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of their characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I would snog Miranda and marry Jacob.
You'd marry Jacob and snog Miranda.
Yeah, so Jacob's actually the first person I romanced when I
really?
Like 2, yeah.
Do you not just think that Jacob is just a talking plank of wood?
Well, here's the thing, he is, but Miranda, for me, she just thinks she's great at everything, and I think that would get on my nerves after like 20 years of marriage. You know?
I think that I would probably, if you're not that you've asked me, but I'm just going to put my 2 cents in as well.
Yeah, shoot it back to you. Yeah.
I would also snog Miranda, so that I could just have a little squeeze of the bum. But that would be, that's all you really need. I would marry Mordin, because I just think we'd have a lovely time for those 40 years. I didn't even know about the 40 years thing, but even now I know. I think I'd still do it. I think I could really love Mordin. And Jacob I would avoid, because he is just the human embodiment of the colour beige. He's so tedious and never has anything interesting to say. And they're just like, get a Marine that has no thoughts or feelings.
I like soldier types though. I don't know if that makes sense.
You like soldier types, but the thing is, he's not even a very convincing soldier type, is he? He's not even that gruff, and
I know. I guess
he kind of just falls in between all of the stereotypes and kind of ends up being bland.
Everyone's judging me for my choices. But what if you like talking planks of wood? Yeah, because here's the thing, Mike. Because I've got to think of Grace as well when I think about who I'm marrying. And if Jacob talked too much, then Grace wouldn't have a spotlight, and we can't be having that. So
Jacob would be perfect for Grace. Yeah, that's true. Hey, I'm not judging Not Quite Regular Steve. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that for me, Jacob is incredibly dull, and I sort of thought that that's what Gab would go for. But hey, there's no shame in here. There's no shaming.
Between
it's tough.
Miranda and Jacob, but I don't know. I like Miranda, and I think her story arc's really interesting. But she is a bit of a know-it-all, and I don't know. Puts me off a bit. I don't think I could deal with her for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, so your next three.
Yeah.
Are Grunt. Bear in mind that Grunt is named after your dog.
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
And Legion.
I'd avoid Legion.
Oh, but he's so loyal.
But he's a robot.
But he's so loyal. Imagine being married to Legion.
He is so loyal. But you've got to think of all aspects of a marriage, Mike.
True, I've never been married, so I've got no idea. Okay, so you avoid Legion.
Neither have I, but
no, I was just being silly. Okay, so avoid Legion. That seems fair.
And also, Legion refers to himself as we. Well,
he does talk about himself in the third person. Pretentious.
Yeah,
you're right.
Talks about himself in the third person. It's not just him. It's all the Geth. Like, that's a lot.
Actually, yeah,
Does that count as bigamy?
You'd be married to billions of individual units, which would be quite a night, wouldn't it? Imagine if they all came round. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And then,
I think I know the quandary here. It's a tough one, isn't it, between Grunt and Jack?
Like, if you fancy Jack,
if you snog Grunt, does he accidentally eat your face? That's the thing I'd be worried about.
Yeah, but if you marry him, you're gonna have to snog him for life. So I think I'd snog Grunt once,
and then get it over with, and hope that you survive.
I hope I survive.
Yeah, that's a good.
And then I'd marry Jack.
It's a good call, I think.
Jack's all right. She has a good arc. She's a bit angry at the beginning, but with enough love and care, she turns out to be quite a good character.
The thing is that, so Zion says, is it because Grunt is a tank-born alien killing machine bred only to murder his enemies? I mean, I think that could be quite a useful quality in a spouse, as long as he wasn't coming after you. If anything,
I mean, he'd be great protection.
It would be it would be okay, wouldn't it? I mean, and the snog with Jack would be the snog of your life, wouldn't it? As long as you survived it, because she may kill you by accident.
Yeah.
But Grunt is so... Yeah. Oh, you're still doing things in game. All the sounds are coming up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just returned to planting trees whilst we...
Okay, well, your final three is brutal. Right. Oh, actually, one of them isn't on the screen there. There he is. So the final three are Garrus. Famously Garrus in the top left. Talizora. And Thane.
I mean, you haven't thought this through, Mike, because you can't snog Tally because she can't get out of her suit.
Have you romanced Tally in the game?
No, I haven't. Actually.
Well, then you're wrong. You can snog.
You can. Okay, so you can snog her. Okay, so I would.
So, assuming that you could take Tally to a world where she didn't have to wear her suit.
Okay, so it's Garrus, Tally. Who's the other one?
Thane Krios.
Thane.
Dark, brooding, somewhat sexual Thane.
Well, I'd definitely marry Garrus.
I think that's the right answer. I think you'd have to. I think Garrus is definitely, if anybody on this ragtag squad of misfits is husband or wife material, it is Garrus.
I think
Who do you avoid though? Tough one.
It's tough. And not because people might think it's tough because I love them equally, but I actually am not fussed by either of them that much. So Tally's quite loyal.
Thane's pretty intense as well.
But he is
He's
intense.
well
yeah,
intense.
The
He's a bit much.
Situation
He's
is
a bit
lot.
much.
Like, if I snogged him once, would he always flash back to that moment when we spoke again? Because I don't know if I could deal with that, So
you don't have to be friends. You don't have to be friends with him afterwards. It's just a snog. It's like a one-night snog.
Oh, one-night snog.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a thing later.
Snog.
Yeah.
The game option is snog. You all do me a disservice. I don't know what everyone's talking about in there.
No, sorry, not been reading the chat. I'm too into this.
I think I'm really stuck on it. I think I'd avoid Tally because I don't want to make her sick.
Oh, that's
one night snog,
Very magnanimous of you. So you'd avoid.
If there's been some drinks involved, who knows?
Who knows?
I've just snogged Grunt and then I snogged Tally, it's.
Yeah, someone's not going to make it through the mission, are they? Hey, Curly, thank you for the follow. Good to see you, mate.
Hi,
thanks for stopping
We're playing a very bizarre game. Gabby treating just one snog is a commitment on the same level.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not going to have to snog him every day for the rest of your life.
So to be fair, in my defense, I thought the context was like I'm Shepard and we're doing this mission, and this
it's
happens
you
in the middle.
No, it's you, the artful Gabby. It's very much.
So I don't have to. Right, I thought I had to live with these people on a ship after snogging them. That's why I've been making my decisions like that. But yeah, I don't think I'd snog Tally. There's too much life or death situation there. Too much at stake. So I'll avoid Tally and snog Thane and marry Gareth.
And as a final bonus question. Taking my lead from Destroying Angel in the chat, have you ever snogged anyone who looks anything like any of these characters? I've definitely seen people in clubs that look a bit like Grunt, of all the genders.
I don't think so.
It's a shame about the temporary squad members are not as. Some of them are not. I mean, because Liara's is she a squad member in the first one or is it the third one? I forget.
First and third.
Oh, is it the first? Because I've not played all of the first one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's a companion in both.
Well, there you go.
Liara.
There's your weird Mass Effect question. There you go. I worked one in.
Thank you. That was really an interesting way.
In
a good way. Sounds like I'm being bitchy. That was an interesting way.
Jesus. Yeah, I needed to get I realised too late that I should have had the pictures up the whole time.
That's all right.
So Curly, I was challenging Gab to a game of Snog, Marry, Avoid with Mass Effect 2 characters to really see how well she knew them. And I've got to say, she pulled out some incredible knowledge about Mordin that I didn't know, as if I'm some kind of historian, that I didn't know. Even I didn't know. And I've done my research leading into this whole situation. So Gab, how are my killer kangaroos coming along? Where are they?
Well, I think I'm gonna add them in now. I've just seen Charlie's opened up The Sims 4.
Oh, well done, Charlie.
On my Steam. Enjoy that.
I know, Curly. I really should have known better. Terrible hosting from me. I'll do my research a bit better next time.
So I'm gonna do like a really swivelly path for a while, so that they can't just escape the kangaroos.
Okay. Yeah. So for those of you just joining, Curly and anyone else that's just joining, I have challenged Gab in this game of Planet Zoo that she's playing while I interview her to create a situation where the guests are killed by, we decided, kangaroos, because Gab was going for an Australian theme, so it seems appropriate. So while you're building your path, let me bring up your veganism and ask you a question about that.
Veganism.
Because people all the time are like, "Oh, are you a vegan? Oh, why?" So here's a question.
Yeah.
So I'll read you my exact question because I'm really happy with the way I've worded it in my notes.
Okay.
Gabby, you're famously vegan. What's the
famously vegan?
What's the one vegan food or like thing that is very specifically vegan that you think is like a sleeper food that people who are just not vegans should love?
A sleeper food?
Well, you know, like a vegan, a food that's considered to be like, oh, that's for vegans, but that you think is easily good enough to be like a mainstream food stuff. It's just that because it's vegan, it gets like.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, because a lot of things have been made specifically for people that are vegan, right? As like alternatives, or like vegan cheese, for example. I've never found a vegan cheese that was anything other than disgusting, but I know that you have. So like,
yeah.
Is there anything you found that you think should be more generally accepted, mainstream, but maybe gets a bad rep because it's vegan and people are like, oh, I'm not a vegan, I eat meat obsessively and only meat all the time?
Do you know what? I actually think like plant burgers, and not the ones that try and imitate meat necessarily, but like the ones that, like there's one that's like
is it Beyond
sweet potato or something? No, so not the meat. So there are meat
not Beyond. Yeah,
no, so there are like burgers like Beyond which like replicate burgers, which some people don't, some vegans and vegetarians don't like because they don't like the thought of like that reminds them of eating an animal.
Yeah, which makes,
I don't mind,
sense.
right? I'm a vegan, but let's be honest, beef tastes amazing. So sometimes I just want to have a burger that's not actually a burger. But like actual kind of like vegetarian and vegan burgers that aren't replicating meat and they are just like vegetable patties, should we call them?
Yeah, like bean burgers or whatever.
Yeah, like a bean burger. Like I think, because I used to eat bean burgers before I even went vegetarian. I just think they're tasty. Like, and they're great. Like you don't feel massively full afterwards. They're not like greasy like a burger is.
Yeah.
And vegetable pizza as well. I used to eat vegetable pizza before I went vegetarian.
Yeah.
And people hate on vegetable pizza, but it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
And it's light, you know.
We've made some amazing pizzas with using cauliflower as the bread, like as the base, and like, you know, cauliflower that you've riced and then smushed together and made into the base, and that is amazing. I'm not having anybody saying that that's not delicious, because it bloody is. But yeah, I had a Beyond Meat burger. Oh, what's that? Seitan?
Satan. I don't know how you say it. I pronounce Satan. I don't know.
Charlie says Satan. We'll go with Satan. So Satan, Lord of Darkness. What does he bring to the vegan arena?
It's not like tofu. It's not tofu, but it's similar in that it's kind of like a fake meat. They use it a lot in Wagamamas. I don't know if you've ever eaten in Wagamamas.
Yeah.
But they use it a lot in their like bowls, donburi or whatever it's called, bowls.
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain it. I guess it's similar to like chicken pieces. The ones I've had, at least.
So it's kind of like tofu, but maybe not quite, because tofu's very, very soft usually.
It's like squidgy, yeah. It's not squidgy.
Or the tofu that I've had. I know there's different kinds of. There's loads of different kinds, right?
Yeah.
Silken tofu.
No, I like that.
Discovered recently.
So yeah, I think that would be my answer. So, and there's a lot of foods that are accidentally vegan. Like, do you know Oreos are vegan? And
yeah, we were talking about that the other, because there's the spicy Doritos in the red bag. They're vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, weren't you having that? Was it you that was having that conversation on stream the other day, or was it Charlie or somebody?
What conversation?
Somebody's chat was talking about like unexpectedly vegan crisps and things.
Oh, I don't think that is me. Prawn cocktail crisps are vegan, which I was very happy and surprised about.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, Charlie says probably me. I love upsetting Martin. Yeah, Frazzles. yeah, that's right, Frazzles.
Oh yeah,
it was Charlie.
That, yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah. Silken tofu is great in miso soup. Yes, that's where I don't eat a lot of tofu, but if I do, it's always in miso soup. So Frazzles are vegan, are they? That doesn't seem possible.
I don't know for sure, but apparently so. I don't want to say yes and then we get some angry vegans telling me they've eaten it and it's not vegan, but people have told me they're vegan, so that's not me dousing Charlie. I'm sure Charlie was.
Gab, we had our first bot.
Yay!
Woohoo! We've made it. Just less than an hour and a half into our first stream. Our first bot. Hooray.
Amazing.
Got him. Took him out.
Right, I'm just prepping the death trap here.
Okay.
Buy some kangaroos.
I'm very excited about this.
I don't remember. They're not actually called They are called kangaroo. Oh, there we go. Red kangaroo. Let's get a male and a female.
Martin, you're already famous. You don't need bots.
I want to be famous. Why don't we use?
Oh, cauliflower General Tso's. Yeah, I've had cauliflower is a great replacement for a lot of things, like including rice. Tam and I, when we do keto, which to be fair, she does more than I do. I'm pretty terrible at sticking to it, but cauliflower rice instead of white rice or whatever is really great alternative. Oh, Clayplay legend. Thank you for modding. Yeah, Sooty, I agree. Frazzles being vegan doesn't make sense. It does seem strange to me that one of the few crisps that's vegan is bacon flavour. But there you go. There you go.
But it's amazing, and like they are getting good with their like meat replacements now.
Totally.
As in actual, and now I'm talking about like things that are deliberately supposed to be like meat but aren't.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's a shame that like there are some people that are like, I'm not vegan, so I'm not even going to bother trying it, and I'm like, why? Because I'm not preachy, right? I'm not like everyone should be vegan, but I think, especially with like issues now, and maybe you don't think veganism will help the planet or whatever, but like, I think everyone should try and reduce their meat intake.
Yeah.
Even if it's not for the planet or for the animals, for health reasons as well, because, you know.
I think it
isn't as good for us as we think.
I think it's pretty much a fact that if most people were vegan, the planet would be in far better shape. It's pretty much a fact. If not, definitely a fact. So, like, you don't have to be preachy about it. And the thing that never makes sense to me is when people... Because, I mean, I was vegetarian and vegan for a little while, but I couldn't really stick to it because I suck, essentially. But what never made sense to me is people who's saying... Well, I mean, how come you just eat things that are exactly like meat? Why don't you just eat meat? It's like, well, what are you talking about? You're still like, it's like you were saying. I still like the flavour of meat. I just don't want to. I just don't want to eat it. I'd rather eat something that isn't it, but that tastes like it. Come on, use your brain.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there are some people who don't like some people are vegetarian because they don't like the taste of meat. So obviously they hate that. Which is obviously fine. And some people don't like it because then it feels like they're eating beef or whatever, and they don't want to feel that way. But like, yeah, for me, like, I was quite a big meat eater before I went vegetarian, so sometimes I just want to feel like I'm eating a burger.
I absolutely love meat anyway, so I don't think it'll take a lot for me to stop again properly. I think I eat less meat than I used to. I used to eat meat virtually every meal used to contain some form of meat.
That was me, and I was like, I don't understand how you could have a meal without meat. That was literally me. Like, before I went vegetarian, the workplace I was in, the reason I went vegetarian is because one of my co-workers was vegetarian, and over the course of working with him, I wouldn't say he convinced me because he wasn't trying to make me go vegetarian, but he just made me think about it until I eventually was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. But I remember like the first day when he said he was vegetarian, and I was like, well, what do you eat? I was literally like, I don't understand. Like, what do you have for dinner?
Yeah.
What do you put in your meals? And now it's like so easy to just not, you know, I just use vegetables instead.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just need to be a bit creative sometimes. But oh, Surreal's in. Hi, Surreal. Thank you for joining. Sorry, we're not completely paying attention to the chat all the time. Because Gab's busy building one of the most elaborate killing floors that I've ever seen.
Well, I'm trying to make it nice so like people... Oh, look, there are some people starting to
starting to filter along. Filtering along the path. Are those 2 kangaroos going to be enough to kill these people?
Oh, yeah, maybe I should make... I don't even know if the kangaroos are going to attack people, you know? Are they like that? Will they attack people?
Can you give them the most horrible possible enclosure to really piss them off? Is that possible?
I don't think that's an in-game mechanic.
Is it not?
Make a difference.
Annoyance level 100 out of 100.
Maybe we should do like tigers or something that we know will definitely hunt people.
We should do that. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
So I heard a rumor about you, Gab, that
Okay.
you used to be in a brass band. Don't ask me for my sources. I'm not allowed to reveal my sources. Not allowed.
I mean, is this a legit source?
I think I'm pretty confident about my sources.
I did used to be in a brass band. I have grade 5, if anyone knows what that means, in cornet, which is kind of a trumpet, a smaller version of a trumpet.
Do you still play? The closest I know to cornet is cornetto, the ice cream.
That is
close?
something I had to deal with in my teenagehood.
Really? People just say
you play a cornetto.
You play the cornetto. Nice. So you play the cornet, an instrument that I have no idea what it looks like. Do you still have one?
It's a trumpet, all right? I used to just say trumpet. Technically, it's cornet.
I used to play the viola, and I used to just tell people I played the violin because no one knew what a viola was.
Yeah, it's about the same difference.
Yeah,
as
it's pretty much. Okay,
violin.
got it.
It's basically a trumpet. I think my mum has it. I don't know if my mum's still here to confirm.
Jill?
I used to be really into music when I was at school, and I used to play the saxophone, the trumpet / cornet, piano, guitar, bass, drums, sing. I used to be really into music at school.
I can't believe that.
And I don't play any more instruments.
I can't believe I nearly agreed to do Twitch Sings with you. That would have been a mistake.
No, I can't sing that well.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm not
used
sure.
to be okay,
I don't believe you anymore.
I feel like I'm not as good now because I just don't sing properly anymore. Like I sing in the shower now, and you don't have to try. And there's no music teacher to be like, that was off key. But
so you don't like being judged?
I'm like an average singer, you know. I'm the person that goes onto X Factor and they say no, but everyone at home's like, she was all right. But I'm not like a Leona Lewis. That was a really outdated reference, but
everybody,
I'm no Beyonce.
And I bet half the people in the chat are about 10 years older than you, Gab. So you've got nothing to worry about. We all know who Leona Lewis is. Nerd. So when are you going to do us a music stream then, Gab? That's now the big question.
I don't have any. I have my acoustic guitar, but I just stopped playing. So when I moved to uni, I didn't bring any of my instruments with me, and I just stopped playing. And now I've lost it. You know, I think with instruments, everyone knows you have to keep playing to like stay good, right? And I just. Like, if you put me on a piano, I could play a song if I looked up the chords, but I'm not like Mozart. And guitar-wise, I've lost it.
So what you're saying is that you're somewhere between an amateur and Mozart. You're somewhere on that spectrum.
What I mean is, I was all right when I was at school, but now I just don't practice anymore. So you could put me on a piano and I could play it, but it would not be nearly as good as I was maybe at school.
Yeah, I wish I had learned an instrument. I mean, like I said, I did viola for about 6 months when I was 9, and I absolutely hated it. And I hated the sound of it. It sounded like a cat being slowly killed. Yeah, I hated it. I didn't enjoy it. My parents insisted that I do it because I think they probably read in a book that it makes kids creative or whatever. But it was never it was never the thing. I liked running and kicking and, you know, falling over and, you know, playing. I like sports. I don't know why they didn't just let me play sports.
Yeah.
In the end,
I
they
was
did.
Very much the opposite.
Yeah.
I liked like netball and that was about it. But I actually taught myself piano when my mum had like a little keyboard when I was a kid, and I taught myself. And then I learnt trumpet and learned how to read music, and then I used to be in a little band, and we used to do little open mic nights around Cheltenham.
The first person has reached the kill zone. Our first guest has reached the kill zone.
No, that's the zookeeper.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm putting the tigers in now. And
yeah, get them in there. Hi, Genghis. Thank you for following. Hello, Neil friend.
Thanks, Genghis. Welcome,
Genghis.
Yeah, he's Neil's Swedish friend.
Oh, welcome.
Or friend from Sweden. Hi, Genghis.
I think that's the same thing, Gab.
Yeah, but it just sounded weird. Like, he's his Swedish friend. Like...
He's his Swedish friend. Wink, wink. What does that mean?
Neil has friends, do not believe. But yeah, so I used to be really into music and drama and.
Yeah, so we'll all be looking out for your next stream where we're all going to insist that you play an instrument. We'll just have to get Jill to post you an instrument.
Did we ever find out where Neil's French friend was from? No, Genghis, if you're still here, where's River from? This will not make any sense to anyone that wasn't in my stream yesterday. Oh, no, it was in a voice call, wasn't it, after?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, shit, I've left this kangaroo in, and he's going to get eaten by tigers. Box him, quick!
Wait, so we're going tigers instead of kangaroos now? Is that the plan?
Yeah, because I'm not sure if the kangaroos are going to attack people, if they'll just run wild. Whereas tigers will definitely go after people, right? Like, they're hungry.
Switzerland, but lives in France. There you go. There's the answer.
There you go.
There you go. And Clayplay says, any gigs with the band?
Any gigs? We used to do like open mic night, and I used to be, open mic nights mainly in like pubs that host them. And I did a few things like at my school, where I sang or something. Back in the day.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. I don't know what you. So it's Katie's birthday stream today. Katie's doing her birthday stream. So it's Katie's birthday yesterday, everybody. So everybody say happy birthday to Katie. I think she may have gone to deal with her new puppy. Not that kind of open mic night, Zion. No, I tried that once and I've been advised by the police to not do it anymore. Yes, Steve says if you dig a trench, that will help. But as long as you don't fall in it, then you should be fine.
I was trying to build this for like the end, so we'll watch the chaos and that'll be that. So I don't know if you've got any questions left.
I've got questions. I was just thinking that maybe we should aim to wrap up in the next half hour so that we can drop Katie a raid for her birthday stream.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I think Katie may be getting ready for her stream and looking after the pup, so she may not be in the chat anymore. But if you are there, Katie, happy birthday. It was yesterday, but still, your stream is today.
Oh, dangerous animal has escaped.
Oh yes, perfect.
The tiger's already jumped.
Right, here we go. The tiger's already over the fence. Everybody hold on. Where are all of the... Where's the protesters? I think it's taken too long.
We're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna. We've got like half an hour, so I'm gonna add some like shops, to lure people in.
Yeah,
maybe we need toilet block.
That's right. Put the toilets over here. That will definitely lure people over, for sure.
Yeah. So I'll put the toilets here and I'll delete them from the entrance, so people have to come all this way to go to the toilet. The ultimate evil plan.
The path was extravagant, but the idea was that because the guests obsessively stick to the paths, that when they try and escape, that they'll go and get stuck in the path, and so it gives the tiger a chance.
Yeah, because the tigers ignore the paths, obviously.
Yeah, the tigers ignore the paths. They do not recognise the authority of the paths.
Yeah, they don't need to stick to that kind of thing. Right, I'm just gonna dump a load of like drink stalls.
Zion's absolutely right. The path reminded me of one of those fun board games you had as a kid. Snakes and ladders looking ass.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, look at all these shapely... what are they, toilets?
That's a toilet, and then I'm just adding random shops without...
That's a shop?
Well, yeah, so it's
it looks like a prison cell.
So it's the base, and then the idea is with Planet Zoo, you can build around them. Oh, there's no power. Oh, I've messed up here.
Gab.
What
kind of zoologist... Is that people that make zoos? No, I know it's not. We're going to say it is, though. What kind of zoologist are you? A bad one.
A bad one.
Yeah.
Right. Let's keep adding some food stalls. Lure people over with ice cream and toilets.
Maybe what we could do is make a direct path through the middle of all of the complexity. Get people over there.
Oh, they're coming.
Oh, actually, maybe we could make the path more direct and then delete the direct one.
That's a good idea. Right.
Just do a really short shortcut. There you go. And then we can just kill it when they all try to run away.
Oh, these people are like brilliant early access. These people pre-ordered.
They're in the beta. Yeah, they're in.
Like, everyone's turned around to take the more direct path. Oh, there's some protesters somewhere. Maybe I should delete all my animals here.
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah, get everyone over to, especially the protesters. They have to be eaten. So this is a bit like 7 Days to Die, where there's only 20 minutes until the murdering needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm pushing through. I need to find my other bear. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Ah.
Doing a little climb. Oh. I'll send you to the Fraser.
Clayplay's got a good question. I haven't strictly asked that question. Have we asked Gabby why she made the decision, or what was behind the decision to start on Twitch?
Well, so my first ever stream was the one Mike found me on, which, thinking about it now, is such a weird. Is that really loud for you? Hang on, sorry.
That was quite loud for me. I don't know about on the stream. I didn't see it.
Just gonna drag it down a bit. There we go. So yeah, I started streaming because I didn't actually start streaming to be a streamer. I streamed because I was raising money for the NHS when the lockdown started. And I did a 24-hour marathon to raise money for it. So I streamed on Twitch for the 24 hours so that my friends and family that had donated could see that I was actually playing games 24 hours and I wasn't just making it up. So I streamed 24 hours for that reason, with the full intention to never stream again. But then I had Surreal Red Moon and Babbly Dragon, who a lot of you know from my streams, and my friend Betty. They all did it with me for 24 hours, and we had such good fun that I said to them, we're in lockdown, nothing's going on. I worked at a restaurant at the time, so I literally didn't have any work because we couldn't go to work at that point. So I was like, I'm just gonna stream for fun. Didn't expect anything to come of it. Until that fateful day when Mike Full Fox raided me.
That was the day.
You guys, for some reason, seem to enjoy my stream.
I think it's pretty obvious, Gab. You're very, very, very amusing. And you play really good games. And you play them really well. You're really fun to watch. Yeah, so that was people are saying your first ever stream was a 24-hour stream, many question marks. I thought that was sort of commonly known about you, but maybe not. Yeah, it was... Yeah, Gab's first ever stream was a 24-hour stream. Talk about jumping in at the deep end.
Well, yeah, so it was so like I said, it wasn't to be a streamer or to stream. It was just because I was doing this gaming marathon to raise money for the NHS, and I wanted to do it on camera so people knew, that I was actually doing it. And I wasn't just I'm going to game for 24 hours, but I was actually sleeping for 20 of them. I totally blame Mike for my presence on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Steve. My bad.
So, yeah, when you raided me, you made me affiliate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we just pushed you over the follower line, didn't we? To affiliate.
Back in the day when little Gabby was no more than a nervous streamer.
Yeah, I watched the clip. I went back through all of the clips that I've... when you go to clips, it's got clips you've made and then clips of your channel.
Oh, yeah.
I went all the way back to the beginning of the clips that I'd made, and my first ever clip was of you playing We Happy Few. The first ever clip that I did on Twitch. And I was looking at it, and it was when you didn't have your microphone. You were using a headset mic.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing the difference in the sound.
Yeah. That was the first thing I upgraded when my first Twitch paycheck came through.
Yeah. 7 months ago, that's right.
Thanks to you guys.
That's
thanks for the new mic. I hope you like it.
It's really good. It works really well. It sounds great.
And I'll replace the actual mic of Mike and Gabby Show with enough money.
Yeah, I'm just a stand-in until Gab can afford an upgrade.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Henry Cavill. No, the Henry and Gabby Show.
Oh, that's no question. I mean, I think he would change his name to Mike if you asked him.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. For your
that's going to be the goal.
Clayplay says, did you do any prep with OBS or overlays for your first stream? Or did you just fire it up and go?
I used a program called Stream Elements, and they have pre-made overlays that you can use. So I just picked, I think it was a Dota 2 overlay, and it was just blue with all this electric lightning
sounds really cool
stuff.
Yeah,
it was really cool. It was very excessive. Looking back now, I'm that's excessive, but I just downloaded this pre-made overlay, and so that's all I did Twitch wise. And I think I had a logo. So the Artful Gabby actually came from when I was at uni, and in my last unit I had to write a screenplay, and we had to make this thing called an EPK, an electronic press kit, which is basically what screenwriters and directors make to send to people to pay, to invest in their screenplay or whatever. So you have to do this is who I am, and this is my brand, and this is the script and the characters and whatever. So I made the Artful Gabby as a fake thing for this EPK that I had to make for uni. And then I just used that name again for this Twitch channel that I was going to use once and never again.
And here you are.
And here I am.
Very much
here
the
I
Artful
am,
Gabby.
7 months later, the Artful Gabby.
In the eyes of over 500 people, you are the Artful Gabby. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But yeah, that's where the Artful Gabby came from. I just had to think of a name.
And did you? I meant to ask you if you like, because it's obviously an Oliver Twist reference, or I assume it is, like the Artful Dodger, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, okay. I was good.
Well,
I mean,
not kind of. It is, but yeah.
But do you have a particular like affiliation with that film, or was it just the first thing you happened to think of on the day that you were doing that module?
It was just a play on the character, the Artful Dodger, and the reason was because I obviously did my screenwriting, but then I also did like a unit in editing and makeup, and obviously I said I used to be into music, so I made an Instagram because I thought, this is it, this is my big break, and I'm gonna be really famous with this script. So I made the account because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, because I like writing and I like music and makeup and whatever. So I was like, the Artful Gabby. Artful, because artful is like, it means like creativity or something.
Well, like
what's the definition of artful?
Like artistic. I mean.
Yeah. So that's the reason. It was because I made like a Instagram account as kind of like a portfolio, I guess, and I didn't know what to call it because I didn't know what it was going to be. I was like, I might upload makeup videos, or I might upload my photography. Yeah. Here we go. It means showing creative skill or taste. I'm not sure about skill or taste, but the creative part is right.
It's definitely true. You've got an incredible eye for design. I'm very, very glad that you decided you wanted to do this with me so that I don't have to come up with logos and things. Like, I worked in marketing for like 15 years, and I used to be quite good at all this stuff, but your eye for detail is incredible. There are more questions in the chat that I really want to ask, but I'm also very keen to murder all of these people. I guess we'll do the questions first, because the people are still... I'll
delete this fence whilst we're doing it.
The people are still filtering in. So CMTid had a follow-up to what we were just talking about, which was if you could change your channel name now, what would you change it, and what would you change it to? Zion says remove the underscore, which is I'd probably want to do that if I was you.
Yeah, I would probably. I don't think I'd change my name drastically, because I think now that's what people know me as, and that sounds like I'm a really famous social media person, but I mean, like, you guys all know me as the Artful Gabby. I think it'd be really confusing if I changed my name now, So I keep it as the Artful Gabby, but yeah, I would remove the underscore. But unfortunately, someone else has the name the Artful Gabby on Twitch, so I have to keep the underscore.
One day we'll buy them out. One day.
One day. I don't know if they actually stream or if it's even an active account. I might contact Twitch.
Yeah.
But then I'm worried that, like, if I take out the underscore, is it going to be confusing? I don't know. I think that all there would be a little bit of an adjustment period where people had to like update their history and stuff. Like when I put in twitch.tv/t, it like auto completes to your like the underscore Artful Gabby. So like I'd have to change that. Like it's not that much. It's not that much of a. It wouldn't be that much of a hardship. You're like Madonna. I only need one name, Gabby. Yeah.
Yeah, just Gabby.
I think I'll I don't know. I think the Artful Gabby is all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And then Charlie's question was, where did Gabby find Mr. Gabby?
Where did Gabby find Mr. Gabby? Well, it's going to amaze everyone. We met through Tinder. Back in the day.
Back in the day. How long ago? If you don't mind me asking.
6 years ago now. We just had our 6th year anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
good stint.
But yeah, so we met on Tinder, and I had Tinder because my friend, so at the time I was 18 when I met Neil. Well, I was just about to turn 19, but my friends all told me to get this Tinder app or whatever. I used to use it before bed, just to like just swiping just before I went to bed, like just entertainment. I'd never spoke to anyone on it. Like I'd never replied to people, and yeah, so I didn't really have it to find dates or one night stands or whatever you want to call it. Tinder hasn't been going that long, has it? It has. I think it was very new when I used it. Yeah, and I remember when I saw Neil's profile. So he was 24 and I was about to turn 19. So there's 6 years between us. And I remember like, 24 is a bit old. And I was like, oh, he's fit. Nothing's going to come of it anyway. Swipe right. Anyway, we matched. That was that. Didn't message him because I never messaged anyone. And then the next morning I woke up and he'd messaged me. And I think my bio was something really lame, like eat, game, sleep, repeat. And he was like, oh, that's like me. And I was like, yeah, but now I work, so I can't game that much. And he was like, me too. Like such an unromantic
sparks flying
intro.
Immediately.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Then we just started chatting and then,
that's cool.
Charlie with the Tinder knowledge.
Well done, Charlie.
But yeah, that's how we met. Very romantic. But when we first started dating and people said like, how do you know each other? We pretended that we knew each other as through mutual friends of Facebook because we didn't want to say Tinder. But now, like, it's been 6 years now. I feel like I can say Tinder.
I can see why. Like at the when it was quite new, it was a bit of a weird thing to say. It's definitely not anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
no.
It's just loads of people. I mean, I met one of my previous girlfriends from Tinder as well. It's a great place to meet people. Yeah, totally.
So
well,
yeah,
there you go.
The story.
There you go, chat. There you go, Charlie.
I'm going to hit play now and I'm going to patiently wait for these tigers to jump over the fence.
All right.
I think if I delete the fence, they get boxed up. So we just need to wait for them to escape on their own. Which,
okay.
I mean, look at all this lovely dinner.
There's so much food just walking around. And you haven't fed the tigers yet, have you? So they must be hungry.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if there's any more. Oh, there's more tigers. Let's just buy them all.
Yeah, here we go. There you go, Steve.
If everyone wants the carnage, here it comes.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Center Zoo here. Come on, tigers.
Someone also said. Somebody also said. I think it was a Charlie Zion combo.
Oh.
Said the Artful Gabby with no underscore doesn't exist.
Oh.
So it might be that you could change it.
Okay, maybe. Well, I think it did when I made it, so maybe
they might have deleted their account.
They might have got intimidated, you know.
They're like, what's the point?
I can't compete with the underscore Artful Gabby.
They just call you underscore.
Come on, tigers. Come on.
Come on,
maybe
tigers.
I should remove their toys.
Yeah, we need to upset them. Come on. They need to.
Look at this! Look at this one, just basking.
Oh, for goodness' sake!
Sprinkler. Oh! He's making a run for it. Come on, tiger. Oh, yes, it's about to happen.
Here we go, guys.
Oh, he's not sure.
Do the jump.
Come on, you can make that jump.
Come
I believe.
on, please.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, what a magnificent leap.
Oh, look at them run.
Look at them go.
He's not actually doing anything.
Delete the paths. Delete the paths.
Oh, shh. I forgot. Oh no, I messed up.
It's alright, just delete the very end of that one that they're coming to the end to so they all have to turn around. This is going to be amazing.
Not that way, guys. You need to run the other way.
Back towards the tiger.
Oh, look, they're waving. Help us.
Help us. The floor is lava.
This tiger's not doing
What's it doing? Look
though.
at all the food we've given you. Please kill.
Oh, he's running.
Here we go. Come on. Oh, look, there's a whole group of them together, packed together, like a 12-pack.
He's not actually bothered. Oh, don't tell me he's about to jump back in.
Oh, come on.
Maybe they haven't animated animals killing people because that's not the type of game this is.
Charlie said Betty's vegan. Maybe.
He's a pacifist.
Maybe, yes.
Link the path back around. Good idea. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this path to link them back round.
Yeah.
The alarm's going off. Oh. That wasn't quite the link I was supposed to make.
It's all gone wrong.
Where is he now? This is very boring. Like, none of them are running around.
I'm so disappointed that the tigers... Can you not just delete all the fencing, or does that not... Are you not allowed to once they're in there?
It like boxes them up.
Oh, so they have to escape themselves.
Yeah.
They have to legit escape.
So.
Oh,
I've lost the tiger that's escaped.
So disappointing.
Oh God, what's that?
What? Where? Oh my God, what is that?
I don't know. Oh, here we go. He's going back.
Here we go. This one's not vegan. Oh, yes, he is. He is.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's a bit disappointing, really.
Very. I'm so upset.
I think he's still escaped because they're all still acting weird, but I just don't know where he's gone.
He's eating Frosties instead. I think. So
sorry,
Steve said build another tiny tiger pen right where they're all gathered. I feel like, I mean, you could do, Gab, but I feel like if the tiger was gonna eat people,
it would have done it.
It just had the best chance of its life.
Yeah, I think maybe
to have some of the forbidden meat.
Doesn't want you to do that. The game doesn't want you to do that. Sorry, guys. I thought we were gonna have a chaotic end.
I'm so disappointed, genuinely.
We've swapped back over to just chatting now. Well, this was the zoo I built in. How long have we been going for? 2 hours. So, it now has no animals because I took them out. Everyone would go to the tigers.
I've got to say, it's a very well put together zoo, considering that your objective was to get everybody eaten by tigers. I think you've done an incredibly good job. The path has taken a nosedive towards the end, but it was all in the name of trying to get everybody eaten. So you've done a service today, Gab. You've done a good thing. Well. Are you going to keep going with Planet Zoo, or shall we do a quick final thing?
Well, it's 5 minutes 6 now, isn't it? So I thought,
well, in that case, right before we go, I'm going to quickly just turn the music down, and I'm going to ask you a question about what must be your proudest streaming moment since you started. If you will direct your gaze to the Mike and Gabby Twitch account. Because
I thought you were asking me you were actually going to play something.
I am going to play something. So
is this the Sarko clip?
No. So my question is, you famously didn't win a crown in season 1 of Fall Guys, but then in only your second game of season 2, this happened. It wasn't on your stream, but it was on mine. So we managed to capture the clip. This was the moment.
Careful.
We all want to relive it together.
Careful.
Destroying into
massive assist from Zion Real. Look at that. Huge assist from Zion. Let's just watch that assist again. Look at Zion here grabbing. Look at that. What a hero.
The artful Gabby's got
there is actually a clip of me winning a crown on my channel, and I didn't even know I'd won it.
I don't have
it, Mike?
Sorry? I haven't seen it. No, I know that you told me about it, but I haven't seen it. But I was going to ask you what's changed from season 1 to season 2, because I don't want to say that I'm like a prophet or I'm like Jesus or anything, but I did say that I reckon that the moment we hit season 2, you are going to just own Fall Guys. And how many crowns have you won now? You've won loads since season 2.
Not that. I think I've won 4.
4? I mean, but 4 from 0 is a pretty good...
Yeah, pretty good, yeah. I won one last night when I wasn't streaming, and it was an excellent win on Hexagon.
I think you told me about it in the chat. But
yeah.
Tell everyone about it.
So yesterday we were on Hexagon, and I fell to the bottom layer, and I was doing all right. I was like hugging the edge of the last layer. And then this toucan came along and tried to cut me off. And Zion was like, "Oh, Gabby," and I was like, "No, I'm not having it." So I ran after him, and he was running. The toucan was running on the hexes, and I was just behind him, like running on the one he'd just run on just before it fell. It was very intense, and this went on for like 20 seconds. And then he made a leap for a hex, and he managed to he like messed it up and fell into the slime, and I made the leap, and then I won. It was beautiful.
I can't see. Damn, I didn't.
Oh, you have to whisper it.
It seems like people can't.
To the Artful Gabby.
It seems like people can't post links, which is quite frustrating because you should be able to. Let me just turn the.
I think it's a mod thing.
Yeah, sorry, Surreal. If you send me the link.
I think Clayplay can do it. So if you whisper it to Clayplay, if he's still here, or the Artful Gabby account, I can put.
Yeah, or me. I'm also online. You can.
Or
whisper
we could
it to
just
me.
make mod, but I can't. I'm not logged into the Mike and Gabby Show account.
I could
got
go
any more burning questions before we finish up, by the way?
Oh well, I just wanted to ask. Well, I mean, I don't know if you did. You say I asked like what changed about your approach, like from season 1 to season 2. What do you think changed about your approach that caused you to suddenly just be winning crowns all over the place?
I think when I changed to controller, that definitely helped. But I think the main approach was that I just didn't care anymore.
It definitely
and
helps.
I was basking in my glory of never winning a crown. I liked being unique for a while until I finally won one. But
yeah,
I think it just, the longer I went without winning a crown, the more pressure it was to win one. And then I would just we've all seen the stupid mistakes I've made when I should have won and I didn't. The prime one being when I think it was Eldo and Zion were grabbing people on Full Mountain, and I still managed to mess it up and didn't win.
Oh god, that was a good one.
The clip where Gabby forgot she was playing a final. Yeah, there's one where I'm in that.
That's right. There's
that mode
clip
that you just showed, the jump showdown, and I thought I was spectating, so the bar just knocks me off. And I'm like, why didn't you jump? And then it says like
you were eliminated.
You're out or eliminated. And I was like, oh no, that was me.
Okay, I've got the other clip. Clay put it in the chat.
This is my first win on stream.
Okay.
On my own stream.
You're okay. It's fine. It's fine. Seriously.
Well, featuring Zion Real.
Absolutely fine.
No.
Oh, I'm dead.
You won, I think. Didn't you?
I didn't win.
I won! Oh my god! I told
look how
you!
underwhelming.
Yes!
Gab, your face.
There's nothing quite like winning and not realising.
I told you
The
won!
excitement. It's me again.
Good job, Gab.
Yes!
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's my first crown. I
So-
on stream and I didn't even know I'd won.
It's funny because because I guess you thought you were dead, right? I mean, I was below you, and I was definitely dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, we all died at the same
I think,
time.
didn't you?
I didn't win. Yeah, so I fell and I thought someone was still on.
I told
So I was
you.
like, oh, I didn't get it.
Your
And then I
face
realised
is-
it's me.
your
I see my
face is
lovely
priceless.
orc
Yeah.
in a tutu, and I realise that I have won the crown.
Your face. I need to just try and pause on your face, which was priceless when you realised you'd won.
I didn't win.
There it is. It's not great. You're so expressive, Gab.
I am. I never
It's
realised.
amazing.
I started
Yeah,
streaming.
look at you.
Classic face.
It's so good. It's so sweet.
There's nothing quite like winning
I am
and not
surprised I'm so
realising.
expressive because I'm actually quite a shy person. So the fact that my face is so expressive, I've never realised that about myself before until I started streaming.
It's so good. Well, this has been fun. This has been a good first Mike and Gabby show, I think.
Let us know in chat if you think of anything we should improve upon.
Yeah, or if you have any final questions before I mean, we're waiting for Katie to come online. She's not online just yet, but we'll go over and see.
We could do maybe some audience questions.
Yeah, we could, if anybody has any final questions. While we're waiting for them, though, I don't want to get too weird, but Gab, I've had so much fun on Twitch since I've been on it, and I think most of it is because we've been streaming together. And I'm so glad and grateful that I bumped into you that day when you were doing your 24-hour stream, and that we raided over to you. And I don't like to speak for everybody in the chat. Like I've got into the habit of trying to only speak for myself. But I think I probably speak for everybody who was sort of originally in my Football Manager chat, and then we all came over to you that day. That raiding over to you that day has just been one of the highlights of the year, definitely for me.
Aww.
So thank you so much. It's been amazing, and you're amazing, and I'm so glad that you decided to keep streaming after your first one. Really
I
am.
feel like I'm gonna cry.
I don't know what we would. I honestly don't know what I would do without you to stream with. I think I'd be a bit lost if we hadn't been playing Ark and stuff.
How good friends we've become.
Yeah,
now.
agreed.
I think if it wasn't for lockdown, we probably would have met each other by now.
Oh, definitely. I would have been over in the UK for sure if it hadn't been for lockdown. And I'm actually really looking forward to the time where I do finally come over and we all hang out with like all the rest, all of our little group. Because Georgie lives quite near you, doesn't she? And then Zion and Charlie aren't that far away. I don't know where Katie is. Katie's not too far. But
we've got a lot of questions coming.
Oh, we've got some questions. Okay. Clayplay says,
scroll up a bit.
Clayplay says, how has Twitch changed you? Has it made you more confident, for example, or a better gamer?
Yeah. It's definitely not made me a better gamer. If anything, it's
made me
me
worse.
a worse
It's made me
gamer,
worse as well. Yeah, I think I used to be better when there was no one watching.
I know, but I definitely think it's really helped with my confidence. I think like I've already said I'm shy, but I've always struggled with my confidence anyway. And like I'm very much a person that like has big ambitions, but then I scare myself out of them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think like I don't think I'd still be streaming if it wasn't for you raiding me, Mike, and everyone coming in. And then I used to just look forward to like hanging out with you all, and now it's like an amazing community. And I feel like I know like some of the regulars have said they've definitely seen a difference in me compared to when you first raided me to now. But yeah, definitely my confidence has got like better. You know, I feel like I don't know if you had it, Mike, because I feel like you're quite a confident person, but like when I first started streaming I'd feel really nervous and sick before I hit start, like go live now, and I don't have that anymore.
That never happened to me, but I came on you started in a very like when you started you were just trying Twitch, whereas now Twitch is something that you do, right? So it's kind of it's developed for you, whereas I came in with like a very deliberate plan and a very deliberate approach, which actually I've abandoned over time. I came in being like, hey guys, I want to be a YouTuber, and over time I've just been like, actually I just want to play FM and just hang out. I don't really want to
play games.
I can't be bothered to make it into try to really make it into a career. I just kind of want to mess around. So yeah.
I think now with how well it's going, I would love for it to be a full. And that's something that's way in the future. But it is something I genuinely really enjoy. And I really enjoy the behind the scenes stuff as well. Like I really love doing my overlays, and like prepping for Halloween was really exciting, and like the raising money for charity, and obviously like just having a platform where you can do that is like amazing. I don't know. I came into it thinking that nothing was going to come of it, because to me I'm really boring, and I still don't really understand why you're all here when you come and watch me.
Well, because you're not boring. You're incredibly entertaining and vivacious and engaging. You should believe it, because you are. It's true.
But yeah, it would be cool. I think it's really special having like a community, right? I really enjoy having this community. I think
amazing people.
We share a community, and it's so nice that I've met you all, and I probably would have never met any of you if I hadn't have streamed and Mike hadn't come across. So
yep. We'll do our own Mike and Gab Twitch con at some point. We'll do a great big meet. We'll do a great big Twitch meetup in the UK somewhere. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's try and get through a few other people's questions before we go off and see Katie. Martin said something very sweet. You've actually both been a huge influence on me and my work. Now we've gone online only, how to handle myself on camera and talk to a crowd. Martin, I'm really glad. That's so sweet. I'm really glad to hear that, mate. Really kind of you. Martin is amazing. I mean, it's impossible to single people out, really, because everybody in the chat here, especially the guys that have been with me since my very first day on stream, like I'm very lucky that I've never had really a stream where I've streamed to nobody, which I know a lot of people, like, you start out that way and then you gradually build up a following. These guys have been with me since like day one. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, Martin, my first 24-hour stream, Martin was there from minute 1 to minute whatever the last minute of 24 hours is. He was there the whole time. Never wasn't there. It was incredible.
Well, that's like for me. Yeah. Big shout out to Surreal Red Moon, Jesse, and Babbly Dragon as well, because they've stayed with me for my 24-hour stream in the beginning, and they were both there every time I went live when they were the only people watching. And and I think there's always fear of streaming when there's no one watching, because if someone comes in with ill intentions, which it does happen
occasionally,
trolls are around, and I think there are some trolls that focus on people that don't have any watchers. Like, I was really nervous about that when I first started. So, like, Jesse and Matt were there every time. And it was, well, yeah. I owe it to you and to them that I'm here. And thank God I am, because it's amazing.
Yeah. And yeah,
I look forward to another 6 months with you guys.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the next 6 months. Streaming through Christmas is going to be interesting as well.
I'm really excited for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is going to be good. It's all mad because this community has really helped me out through lockdown, says Sooty. I'm really glad, mate. To be honest, it's really helped me. It's been so cathartic for me, because I just moved to a new place, where we still don't really hardly know anyone, and we were immediately confined to our homes. So I was in danger of going actually insane, and Twitch totally saved me from that. So Gab, very quickly, Sooty had a question earlier. What's something that you've learned as you've been streaming? You might have already kind of answered that question, but just in case there's another one that you can think of, if there's anything else that you've learned.
Yeah, so I guess aside from what I said earlier, which was being more confident on camera and stuff, I think more of my technical skill as well, like with my overlays and stuff. I knew how to use Photoshop. I used to work as a photo editor, but I'd never made graphics or anything like that. You know, like the stuff we see on our overlays. So I think on a more like skill-based thing, all of that I think I've improved. Like if you'd have met me 7 months ago and told me to make an overlay for the Mike and Gabby Show, it would not look like it does right now.
And it looks fantastic. Yeah.
So that's and I've just learned how nice people are. I think I said this once in my stream, but everyone already knows I used to work in a restaurant, and I worked in a restaurant when I first started streaming as well. And that job made me hate people, and Twitch streaming has made me love people again.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really cool. That's a really cool way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah,
because I'm not saying everyone that goes to a restaurant is horrible, but like especially in lockdown, where obviously, and I know it's not people's fault, everyone's frustrated with, the situation we're in right now, but once restaurants reopened, people did seem to take it out more on us as restaurant workers, and and it got really depressing at some point. But yeah, thankfully to you guys, I realized that people are nice. People are friendly and generous and genuine. Not generous. Genuine is what I meant to say, but you guys are incredibly generous as well.
Yes.
So, how hard are you? Oh, I thought I said, how hard are you to grill Mike next week? I was like,
medium rare.
How hard are you going to grill Mike next week? I'm going to give it a shot. We were talking about this before we started. I've never interviewed anyone before, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm glad you went first, Mike, because now I know to bring a game and...
Yeah.
Word questions.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. I just was trying to think of a more interesting way of doing it, because people, it's easy to just come up with the most basic question you can think of, but I was trying to think of a little bit outside the box. But I mean, to be honest,
Slug Mario Voyage with football players.
To be honest, you could do that too. You could give me a football quiz and I'd see how badly I do. Well, we might have to do this again. I might have to, because I've got loads of things I haven't even asked you. So I might have to get you back on the show.
Has Katie gone live yet?
Katie has gone live, yeah, so we can go
Right. Do you want to give me one last one that you really wanted to ask, and then we'll go raid Katie?
Oh, God, I don't know which one to choose.
I feel bad for you that you put a lot of effort.
Oh, no, but it's not. It's fine. No, I actually got through most of them. It's difficult because I was going to ask you about, because you said you were working on some scripts that I really wanted to ask you about, but that's probably quite a big conversation. And you also told me that you went to San Francisco once because you won a trip. Which
That's a short story.
Okay, let's do that one then, because I wanted to know about that one, because I've also been there a couple of times and it's amazing.
I think a few people know about it because I've spoken about it before. But in uni, I really love the Hunger Games and all the films, and my best friend and roommate Time also loved them. And we were in a seminar, and I saw on Facebook there was this Hunger Games competition going on. And there was different rounds. So like the first round of people won like a pin, and the second people won posters, and then like so like 1,000 people won a pin, and then 500 people won a poster, like 20 people won some kind of memorabilia, and then the one person won a trip to San Francisco, right? So I'm in this seminar and I turn to my best friend and I go, let's enter it, we might win a poster for our house. Forget all about it. Like 2 weeks later,
my God,
this person that I don't even know, like we were friends on Facebook because we went to the same uni, but I'd never met them before. They tagged me in a post, and the comment was, "Is this you?" And I'm like, oh God, what is this? Is it going to be like an embarrassing photo? And I scrolled up and it just said like San Francisco trip for two. And then it said like my full name. And it said where I lived in Falmouth. And I was like, what? And I remember I was home alone. My best friend was at a concert. She wasn't there. And I was in the living room on my own. And I picked up my laptop and I walked into the office where Neil was playing games. And I was like, Neil, a few weeks ago I entered this competition. And he's like, yeah. And he's not listening. He's like playing games like, oh. And then I was like,
whatever, Gabs.
I've won a trip to San Francisco. And he was like, what? I was like, I've won a trip to San... And I'd never been abroad before. Didn't even have a passport. Never been abroad. And my first time abroad was to San Francisco.
That is amazing.
And so I could select the dates. So I picked to go on my birthday, and so I won the trip to San Francisco, and we had like money to take with us, and then we won free entry to the Hunger Games exhibit, which was in San Francisco, and then I think it like moved around America, but it started in San Francisco. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and I used to really want to live in America, so it was really for me.
Did it make you want to live there more? It must have done.
It did until events.
Well,
I don't want to live in America anymore.
No, but like at the you mean at the time?
At the time, yeah.
Especially being given spending money, it must have just been dream come true.
The first thing I did was walk to a Sephora, which is like a makeup shop in America. We don't have them in England, and it sells all the brands that you can't get in England. And I just walked in like, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. Happy birthday to me!
What an amazing birthday present to receive.
And then I got home, entered a competition with like my local tattoo parlor, and won a free tattoo.
Oh my god!
Like 2 days after I got home from my San Francisco trip.
Can we start doing a lottery stream every Tuesday for the Wednesday draw?
Everyone after I won the free tattoo, people started messaging me like, "Can you pick my lottery numbers?"
Yeah, I think we need to do a Twitch lottery syndicate.
Yeah,
where we'll all share the winnings. I'm dead keen for that.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and I love San Francisco. I took Neil, obviously, and yeah, it was amazing. We biked over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge. Did you go to Alcatraz?
We didn't. We really wanted to, and we got there. It turns out you have to pre-book. They had no spaces because it was only 4 days, which was a shame because there's so much to see. But
yes,
the main thing we did was we biked over the Golden Gate Bridge, and then we took a walk around. We ate out a lot because we went to IHOP every morning.
Well, as well you should when in Rome.
And my birthday was like the anniversary of like IHOP opening. So they had like really cheap pancakes on. So we ordered like 10 stacks of pancakes on my birthday.
Oh my god, it just sounds like an ideal trip. Like everything just fell perfectly into place.
I know, it was crazy. It was. I remember thinking it was fake. And we got to the airport, and I was like, this is fake. And they got us on the plane, and I was like, okay, this is real. First time on a plane, 13-hour flight or 12-hour flight. And then I remember thinking, what if we get to the hotel and there isn't a booking?
Oh my god. I think I would have been worried about that.
Hotels in San Francisco are quite expensive, right? And I was a student at the time, I was at uni, so like I didn't have money to just
imagine.
And I was like, what are we going to do?
Imagine
so we got to the hotel. I know. And I went to the front desk and I was like, yeah, like booking reservation. And I said my name and they were like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, oh my God, thank God.
Yeah.
And actually what turned out to be the worst bit was when we got to the Hunger Games exhibition and I said, hi, I'm the competition winner. And they were like, what? And they had no idea. And they weren't going to let us in. And I was like, no. I'm in San Francisco because I won this competition. And then they let us in. So we only nearly didn't get into the exhibit.
You still would have been in San Francisco with spending money.
But
so
yeah,
I mean,
it
would have been fine. It would have worked out just fine. That's such an amazing story.
The one thing I wasn't worried about was the one thing that they had no idea I existed.
That's incredible.
Like, hello? Do you know who I am?
So you essentially blagged your way into the thing that you were there to go to. So that should teach you that should teach all of us that if you see something up somewhere, you just stride up confidently and say, I'm only in this country because I won a competition. And they'll be like, yeah, in you go.
If you ever can't get entry into anywhere, just tell them you've won a competition and be really insistent
just
about it.
Take Gab with you. Just take Gab with you and tell her that you've won a competition and just let her do all the talking. That's the answer.
But they've won.
I'm going to move over to our Just Chatting. I'm going to try not to mess this up. Hang on a sec.
Yeah. We actually thought this show was going to be an hour, and I think we underestimated how much we talk.
We've gone over. Yeah, we've gone over. But also, having Katie starting was a good reason to carry on. But I'll drop the raid to Katie now.